Good evening, people. Good evening. We back with some real-time reactions. I made this playlist probably about 3, 4 weeks ago. I don't know what's in it. We just gonna react to it, but it's shit that was shocking enough for me to save it. So I don't know how this gonna go, but we gonna find out. Killer nurse poisoned husband, tortures home to marry her prison lover. She poisoned her husband to marry a nigga in prison. He like your outside husband wouldn't have even known. This nigga in jail. You ain't had to kill him. All right, let's see what's going on. She do look rather crazy though from the mug shot.
This woman is heading to prison for a shocking crime. She poisoned her husband with antifreeze to kill him, then set their home on fire to try to cover up her crime. The reason she did it was because of an affair, but just wait until I tell you who she was having an affair with. I promise you, you are not expecting it. And even though she is going to prison for years, people in her small town in Missouri are not happy about it. Why they say she is being let off easy, and justice in this case is not being served. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. In stories like this, you find yourself asking, how does this happen? How does a woman end up committing a crime like this? And if she was so unhappy in her marriage that she would commit murder, why not just get a divorce? This story.
Yeah, so I hope she didn't fuck this nigga in jail at least once. Cause if you killed your husband to marry a nigga in jail and you ain't even fucked, that's ridiculous. And you ain't gonna never get to fuck him because both of y'all is in jail. So I just hope that you at least fuck the nigga one time. You got you one conjugal visit in before you threw away your life.
Begins on December 14th, 2018 in small town Iberia, Missouri. On Facebook, firefighters write that at 1:15 in the morning, they responded to a house fire. Not only was the home burning, inside they found a man dead. His name was Josh Murray. Josh was a beloved member of this community. He was a father, he was a husband, he was a man of faith. And in his obituary, his wife, Amy, was listed as one of the people who survived him. On Facebook, as people in small town Missouri took in the news that he died, we see a comment, quote, "So sorry, Amy." Now, here's a picture of Amy. And I already told you at the top, she's the one who did it. But this story is far from over. The medical examiner determined that Josh died before the fire. According to KRCG TV, which got the probable cause statement back in 2019, the medical examiner said Josh had been poisoned specifically by a chemical used to make antifreeze. Amy told police that she, their 11-year-old son, and 2 dogs went to McDonald's. Then about a half hour later, when they got home, that house was on fire. Remember, firefighters responded at 11:15 in the morning. Convenient timing, perhaps, for a late night snack and a fast food run. On Facebook, I found a comment from someone who said they were the 911 dispatcher who took the call early in the morning from Amy. And it reads, quote, "I took this 911 call. My first words when I hung up was, she killed her husband." Amy worked as a nurse at the Jefferson City Correctional Center. During the course of the investigation, it was discovered that there was one inmate that she was doing a lot more with than just treating professionally. I want you to meet Eugene Claypool. He was convicted of second-degree murder in 2001. He's currently serving a life sentence. Amy had hundreds of phone calls with this inmate. Like many of the stories involving jailhouse phone calls that we cover here on Law and Crime, you probably know by now, people
wait. She left her husband for a nigga doing life? I can see if the nigga had 3 to 5, something like that. Life? You killed your husband to marry a nigga doing life, and now you doing life. Poetic justice.
who talk on phones in jail are being recorded. According to KRCG, Murray was heard on a recorded phone call talking to Claypool about not wanting to be around Josh, her husband, and getting a divorce. But then it goes further. After Josh's death, Murray told the inmate she wanted to marry him because her husband was now, quote, out of the picture. She also apparently talked about getting Claypool an attorney in hopes he would be able to get out of prison so they could be together. Before we get back to this episode of On the Case, there is a reason that On the Case is one of the most watched shows on all of YouTube. And there's a reason that Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in the entire country. They have more than 1,000. Even if you don't think your case is worth millions of dollars, why not start a claim or click the link below? On February 7th of 2019, roughly 2 months after the fire and her poisoning of Joshua, Amy Murray was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and arson. Not only that, she was also charged with multiple sex crimes for allegedly sleeping with an inmate in prison. According to court records, that case is still pending, and there's a show cause hearing scheduled for next month. As for the murder case of Josh Murray, Amy was arrested in 2019, and it took until last week, more than 6 years later, for there to be a resolution, and it is one that people are not happy about. Here's part of a letter that a member of Josh's family wrote last year to the court. Not only does the letter talk about how Amy was able to post bond and was walking free with the charges pending, and that Josh was a man of faith who owned his own business, it goes on to say, quote, "I wish to express my deep frustration with the speed at which the system has moved in this case. Each and every time the defense has asked for a continuation, it has been granted. This is not justice. Where's the justice for the victim's family? We are suffering each year that this trial is delayed." According to KRMS Radio in Missouri, one of the times the trial was delayed was because it was moved out of Miller County, where this crime took place. This past week, Amy accepted a 12-year sentence for the murder of her husband in what's called an Alford plea, which means she accepts the conviction, but she still maintains her innocence, that she admits that there is a lot of evidence that would have led to her conviction had this gone to trial. So instead, she'll take the plea deal instead of being found guilty. And we are seeing a lot of reaction.
Hey, man. These white hoes literally get away with murder. 12 years? 12. That's a guilty plea. Now, I know it's sometime, but 12 years? This was premeditated. That's actually good. That's a good deal for her. But 12 years? They was finna give Diddy life. She actually killed somebody and got ties Diddy facing more time for his 2 prostitution charges that she did for a murder.
To this ruling on social media from people who knew Josh and knew this case. One person who said he was a first responder on this case wrote, quote, "I've worked a lot of dark cases.
She gonna marry him while both of them in jail."
Compare what happened on December 11th, 2018 in Iberia. He went on to say the criminal justice system, it's a joke. In the end, there were only 2 winners, the defense attorney and Miss Murray, who got to spend the last 6.5 years with her son. A member of Josh's family posted this picture with a post about how upset they are with the outcome of the case, writing, quote, "The police, the first responders, the investigators all did their job, but money talks." While it was satisfying to hear the handcuffs finally snap on her wrists, Josh and his family have still been cheated. There is no punishment that will ever heal what has been broken. And even the judge acknowledged that this was not a worthy punishment. Are we glad this is over? Yes, of course. Do we wish things could have ended differently? Absolutely. But as wronged as his family is, nobody was more wronged than Josh himself and his son. And it's for the 2 of them that we all still pray for and still hope that one day we can be part of his life again. And, quote, "In the meantime, this is my personal message to Amy. I pray one day you see your wrongdoings. I hope that you lay your head down every night with the thought of how truly lucky you have been to watch your son grow up and to acknowledge the absolute travesty you created by taking that little boy's father from him. The amount of inner turmoil he must go through, I can't even imagine. Shame on you. Not that I believe you hold an ounce of shame in your body. I do truly hope and pray that one day you find forgiveness in Jesus, that you own your guilt and seek him, because I honestly don't know that you'll ever get it from our family. But that's between us and God. Your deeds are now between you and God. You got lucky with judgment today. Your privilege on this earth let you escape your punishment with next to no real consequence. But one day you will meet our Father, and you will find that he is not so easily escaped. You will face his judgment. Joining us now to talk about this story is
Hey, family member that wrote that letter. I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that guy, but you seem to be under the impression that God can't and won't forgive her for killing your loved one. That's just that's how the rules go. So I feel you in theory saying she escaped judgment on earth, but all you got to do is ask for forgiveness and accept Jesus into your life, and bam, all your sins washed away. Just bam, you get to go to heaven. So yeah, that's the sucky part about religion there. But okay.
Justin Perperny, prison consultant. Thank you as always for taking the time to join us on Law and Crime and on our show On the Case. We really appreciate it. Just first, what's your reaction?
Hey, Leah, Miss B, Kimash,
kills
Candy,
her
I think.
husband, but was having this intimate relationship with a convicted murderer in prison.
I think it's terrible. I'm feel terrible for the victim. It goes to show how isolation, control, and secrecy inside of a prison environment can really distort judgment, and it can allow these sorts of things to happen. Unfortunately, it's not uncommon. Most of the time, it doesn't result in a nurse conspiring to poison and kill her husband and then burn the home down under the guise that there was a fire. But prison guards and staff are frequently getting in trouble with other prisoners. So many of them are unfortunately going to prison. So it doesn't surprise me. And until there's real change inside of state and federal facilities, you can continue to see these tragic events happen.
This happened in a state facility in Missouri. The inmate is Eugene Claypool. In the early 2000s, he was convicted of second-degree murder. He's serving a life sentence. And he ends up working in some capacity in the area where this nurse was working. How does someone get a job in prison? What's that process? And does their conviction, no matter how long ago it was, matter in whether or not they get the type of job? Like he was here apparently working in some sort of healthcare of the prison.
When you go to prison, you're going to go through an intake process, and they're going to look at your probation reports and assess how healthy you are, your age, medications. Do you have the capacity to work in recreation or the chow hall or commissary or pick weeds or scrub pots and pans or toilets? So they're going to assess. Then they're going to give you a job. And the longer you are there, the more credibility or authority you may actually have. There are tiers in a federal and state prison. The higher the tier, the more responsibility also, the more money you're going to make. So he might have been in a position, I don't know if he had disciplinary infractions or other trouble, but absolutely every prisoner, if you're healthy enough, you're going to work. And the more successful you are in that job, the better reports or write-ups you have, the more responsibility you may also have, which could put you front and center in front of staff. Indeed, a lot of jobs, whether it's from a federal camp to a state penitentiary, are going to put you around staff, emptying the trash from your counselor's office, scrubbing floors inside of the nurse's office. And through that are going to come interactions, friendships, and in some instances, deathly romances.
And when you think of the types of jobs that people can have in prison, working, where does the job that he apparently had, where he was close with this nurse, compare to something I imagine someone whose job was to clean the toilets?
It's probably a better job, which tells me he's been in prison for a while, might have been avoiding disciplinary infractions, built up a record in one institution where they can say, regardless of the decisions that led him to prison, he's building a record on the inside that gives him perhaps more liberty, a job that could be easier, more responsibility around staff. Certainly that's a harder job than a lot of new prisoners will endure, which is scrubbing toilets, scrubbing showers, serving food in the buffet line in the chow hall 3 times a week. So the longer you're there, and he'd been in prison for a very long time, the more responsibility that's going to come. And it would be naive to think that conversations naturally aren't going to start and boundaries are going to erode and manipulations can take root and romances begin.
Because Amy Murray, and as much as I talk about Eugene Claypool, he's a convicted murderer. I mean, she's the person in this story that is the crux of what happened to her husband, Josh, who loses his life. A lot of people are upset that she was able to get an Alford plea on this. But I think of this relationship that she had with Eugene Claypool in prison. And prison's a place where I assume that there's cameras, they're recording things, there's oversight. What type of oversight is there in prison for someone who's a nurse and then the inmate who's in some ways under their watch?
Well, first off, I can agree with people who have said over the Alford plea. Wow, 12 years is a pretty good deal, all things considered. Someone lost their life here. The problem here is, while they're in a higher security institution, they are not monitoring communications enough amongst staff and prisoners. Sure, emails are saved, phone calls can be listened to, but that doesn't mean they're reading the emails, nor does it mean they're sitting in a golf cart in the yard listening to the actual phone calls. They have algorithms with AI. There may be keywords or search buzzwords that are going to pop up. Let's trigger that phone call. Oftentimes, investigations between staff and a prisoner will kick off by a prisoner who's looking to get cooperation credit may inform against the prisoner or staff member to get some credit, perhaps an earlier release. So I think even in a higher security institution, you can spend a lot of time communicating with staff, and through that friendships are going to form. And when she would go home and they would communicate, it's clear they reached a point or grew confident, like, hey, they're not getting it, they're not listening. And then after they get away with it for a while, it just emboldens them to like double down in their conduct. We're all good. And then of course they go back and listen to the tapes and the evidence. It's the reason she took this sweetheart Alford plea, because the evidence was so overwhelming. Can you imagine playing that in front of a jury? My husband's out of the picture. It's game over. So they should be monitoring the communications along the way rather than being very reactionary, which is what corrections tend to be, very reactionary.
There's just so many questions about how this case went the way it did. And a lot of people, it seems, from just the comments that I've been following, are just confused as to not just the Alford plea, but she got out on bond, $750,000. She was able to post that. So for the last 6.5 years, that she's been facing a murder charge, she's been out on bond, but now is headed to prison for at most 12 years under this Alford plea. She is facing some sex crimes in a case that appears to still be active. And one of the charges she's facing is sexual abuse. What does that tell you, considering, according to these court records, that she was intimate with this inmate in the prison? What could that case look like based off what you know?
Quick thought based on what you said. It's surprising that she tried to set up the death as the home burning down, which speaks to obstruction of justice, bad continuing conduct, which I was stunned she's been out on bond. And in retrospect, she'll wish she was in this entire time because she'd have half of her sentence done. The problem we have is her conduct puts her in a position where she is not believable. And I think part of the reason they're going after her, perhaps for the sex offense, is some people are upset over the 12 years, and it could be a way for them to tack on another 5 or 8 years to get more prison time out of her. But I've certainly seen circumstances where guards, both male and female, have been arrested and charged for harassing, as some would say, an inmate. A lot of the times, both the prisoner and staff will say it was consensual. I served time in a lowly minimum security camp, and there was a relationship where a nurse had a relationship with someone serving time for a white collar offense. It was a physician. They were caught. Both said it was consensual. Had she said he assaulted me, that could have been a new charge, a higher security prison, and same thing on the other side for her. So I think this is an opportunity for them to get more prison time, because it does not always lead to a staff member or nurse getting arrested or indicted for assault or some sort of sexual offense or something like that.
For sure. And you're a familiar face here on Law and Crime. And I know a lot of time, one of the great things that you bring to us is kind of an understanding of the dynamics of what is going on in prison. I don't know if I've ever asked you before, what is your background and how you got into the role of prison consulting today?
So I graduated USC as a student athlete, baseball player in 1997. I began building my career at Merrill Lynch, Bear Stearns, and then UBS. Had a lot of opportunity and privilege that I squandered because several years into my career, I found myself making bad decisions on behalf of a client who ran a hedge fund. When I learned of the fraud, I didn't stop it. I enabled it. I turned the other way for money. An investigation began when the FBI showed up at my home in April 2005. I lied or obstructed the investigation. That led to formal charges. After 3 long years, I was eventually sentenced to 18 months in a minimum security camp. And at my sentencing hearing, Judge Stephen Wilson said, "I am tired of salesmen turning the other way for money. Most don't get caught. You did." Then when I went to prison, I realized how far I had fallen, opportunities that I had squandered. And along with my partner, Michael Santos, who will be in my home in a few minutes, who served 26 years in prison, I began learning from him, and we began building this business that helps defendants traverse a government investigation. Don't double down. Don't make matters worse. And if you did it, don't rationalize or excuse. Say, "I'm sorry. Here's how I will do better." And I've been doing it since I went to prison in 2008. Thank you for asking.
No, and you do a great job just in helping us understand a world that so many of us haven't experienced, but we certainly talk about it a lot from the outside. I look at Amy Murray, and here's someone who has not been in prison. To your point with the Alford plea, she probably, with the way the court system was going, could have half of her sentence done by this point if she took it. That's a great point. She also is someone who worked on the other side. I mean, she wasn't a guard, but here she is. She's going to be going into prison as someone who worked for the system. What danger could she be in danger? What precautions could be put in place around her when she heads to, this will be a state prison, unsure which one, I'm sure not the same one as Eugene Cleveland.
So a lot of these state prisons aren't going to have, they may have protective custody or isolation, but that's really you sitting in the shoe or the hole. It's not an environment that I would wish for anyone. So certainly case managers or even some former wardens and guards are going to prison for bad conduct. I think part of it is how her reputation as a nurse. Healthcare in the federal and state prison system is a national embarrassment, right? People tend to not care about people in prison. Therefore, they might not get the treatment they need. Plus, it's expensive, especially in a broke state. So was she a nurse that was kind and thoughtful and did her job? Did she go above and beyond to help prisoners get their medications when they were in need? Or if a prisoner was lacking or wanting something, did she say, "Sorry, you should have thought about that before you broke the law. Get out." So certainly her reputation, as the cliche holds, will precede her. And she should recognize, because of the high profile nature of the case, together with some women in that prison, may load the fact that she got 12 years. You can call it second degree. She premeditated and murdered this person. There ain't no doubt about it. We got to own that. And a lot of people in that prison would say, "How are you not here for 40 years or 50 years? This is unjust. This is unfair. Something has happened." So she's going to have to understand her environment. Now should watch, study, not try to improve the environment. She is no longer a staff worker. When we get a call from a former caseworker or they use words like inmates and inmate manipulated me, and I say, "Hold on, you are going to be a prisoner. No, stop thinking like a case manager. You are on your way to prison." So she's going to have to respond differently and really be alert, because all eyes will be on her. And one mistake could derail any progress she hopes to make, including some potential violence if some of the women are jealous over the length of her sentence or the way she may have behaved as a nurse.
Yeah, they're going to whoop her ass. They're going to be like, if she go to the same jail she used to work in, when she was working around men.
Prison, we'll see how the sex.
But they don't like police.
In your experience, what type of...
They don't like police in jail.
Personal relationship we're talking about here, but just in general, talking with staff and talking with guards, what is the relationship between guards and inmates, staff and inmates, when it comes to knowing about someone's life on the outside?
It can happen. I will quickly say, I think her lawyers did a very good job. They had to have had of arguing some manipulation, some being swept in by this prisoner convicted of murder. So something had to have happened in order for her to get this sort of plea in only 12 years. Communications in prison is very common among staff and prisoners, and many of them take it home and the communications continue. In some instances, I'll note, people will live like a double life inside of the prison. A case manager and guard will form a friendship or a relationship with a case manager or with a prisoner. Then they'll go home and they will totally shut it down. It will stop as if they're living a totally different life. Then they come back to this environment. It's like, here we are again. We can be close. And I've heard of a number of those instances where this is only going to happen when we are here. I'm not calling you when I go home. When you get released, there is no continued communication. It is only here while we're working together. And it's like, working together, you're a prisoner. I'm supposed to be overseeing you. So when you're in this controlled, secretive, manipulative, weird environment of corrections where both prisoners and staff had myriad mental health issues, if anyone forms a connection terrible things can happen. Which is why there's got to be more. I say it on every time I do law and crime, more training of both staff and prisoners, more checks and boundaries of monitoring mail and email and communications. And that could include following the communication when someone goes home if they've been put on the radar.
What type of access do inmates typically have to communication devices, whether it's phone calls, visits, and then emails to people on the outside? Because apparently they made hundreds of phone calls over the times that they were having this relationship.
So they have access to a lot of communication. Of course, prisoners can very easily obtain an iPhone or an iPad. So you're going to have phone minutes every month in the prison system through the phone. Now, those phone calls are recorded, but as I said earlier, it doesn't mean they're listening. One of the biggest problems in federal and state prisons is the iPhone, of course, because continued criminal activity continues. It wouldn't surprise me if this prisoner had an illegal iPhone or iPad or something that enabled them to continue. In fact, some cases that I have seen with a case manager or guard working with having a relation, they do that because they can see each other. They can share inappropriate photos. You can do things through the screen share that you can't do on a regular payphone. It is not hard to get in an iPhone or something like that. And oftentimes it is a staff member. Many staff members are good and do it the right way, but in any business, there's going to be anomalies and people that go rogue. Oftentimes you'll have a staff member bringing in the phone. And we saw that. We get those calls every week here at White Collar Advice. Last week, a husband and wife guard called to say they're going to prison for 2 years. They began to bring in iPhones to prisoners for extra money. That prisoner then blackmailed them. Before you know it goes bad, they're going to prison. There is so much contraband and it's not even abnormal anymore. It's everywhere, which is how they were able to communicate so easily.
Well, I also think too, and to your point about the training and what can be done, Amy Murray is someone now in hindsight should not have been hired by this prison. And I look at the places where a lot of these prisons are, not that there aren't great people in these communities, but there's small communities where places like in this one, Iberia, Missouri, where it was located. I mean, even like a Supermax in Florence, Colorado. How do you recruit quality employees in places that, unless you probably grew up there, it's not the top spots, all due respect, for people wanting to move to?
It's very hard to get people to work in corrections. It's a weird, odd, I feel like I have a weird, odd life. It's a weird, odd life to work in corrections. It's very difficult to get people to work there because of the mental health issues, together with how little they may actually get paid, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Some federal prisons are closing because they can't get staff to work there. Programs are shut down in places like Sheridan, Oregon. It's expensive to live in Oregon with high taxes. A guard can't afford to live on $70,000 a year. So for that reason, you got to take what you can get. And if that means you have a GED or high school diploma and you're able to pass some basic training, guess what? You are a guard, or in this case, you are qualified to be a nurse. It's very difficult to get people to work in corrections based on how little money they make in some of these towns they reside in. And it's the reality of it. And they can't spend more money to pay more because, there's only so much money these broke states have. I mean, look at we have these riots. We have prisoners escaping all across the country, holes in the walls, terrible training. They don't have any money.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I know we've talked about, and at the time of this recording, 9 out of the 10 inmates who escaped the jail in New Orleans, there's still one on the run. And we've talked a lot about some of the issues in that facility and how it expands out across the country. Lastly, when you look at training, you look at this case for as unique.
That nigga is in Costa Rica some damn where. They ain't catching
happening and then spiraling into, unfortunately, the death of a man at the hands of his wife.
When someone joins our team, they go through all of our content as much as they can. They study it. They have a quiz. We have interviews. We understand. We make sure they know the messaging. That's what good businesses do. Well, that's what corrections should do. It's not we've hired you. You've gone through a 2-week orientation. And just like that, you are a nurse or a guard in front of people who have been criminogenic in and out of prison their entire life. If you're weak, if you don't understand your tendencies as a person, you are going to be exploited. You are going to be taken advantage of. So it's great to say on television we have new training programs. It sounds good for the taxpayers and stakeholders. But until there's real accountability and can confirm in these people's files that they understand the messaging, they understand their weaknesses, understand why these people are in prison, and they should be focused on the victims and the length of the sentence, while also recognizing they can build a new record and earn their way home from prison without question. Until we have these checks and balances and real training, we're going to continue to see a staff member manipulating a guard or a prisoner or vice versa. And it's just going to continue, and we'll continue to do these unfortunate videos. And in some cases, it's just an escape. In some cases, it's just a relationship. The case in Europe is having sex with an inmate. In this case, someone died. And it's going to continue to be, it's going to get to a point where they say, we've got to address it. And they're going to ask for more money. They say, we ain't got it. And here we are. We have the same problem again.
Yeah. No. Justin Paperny, thank you for your time, Prison Consultant. It's always great insight to have here on Law and Crime.
Good to see you.
That will do it for On the Case, presented by Law and Crime.
Should transgender people be fighting for transgenders' bathrooms rather?
Okay, and this one is Jesse Lee Peterson. Woke LGBT guest gets completely upset by Jesse Lee Peterson over his trolling. I ain't seen this one. This one's funny.
should transgender people be fighting for transgenders' bathrooms rather than imposing on straight people?
Should black people be fighting for black bathrooms?
It's not the same thing. It's a put down to associate being black with homosexuality.
Well,
it's a disgrace to black people who've died, black and whites who fought for the freedom of black Americans based on skin color.
Jesse Lee Peterson totally shuts down this woke LGBTQ guest, comparing black civil and sin, and wrecks her liberal woke.
You like that and you accept it, but it doesn't sound strange to you. Just, I mean, that doesn't sound, I mean, I understand that you like that and you accept it, but it doesn't sound strange to you to say me and my wife and you are a female?
No, it feels great. It feels great to find a person who loves me for who I am, who supports me, who...
Hey man, why is she trying to dress like a nigga named Charles? Why is she dressed like a man? Just out of curiosity. She not trying to transition to nothing. She's a stud. She's a straight up stud. But why she? I'm just saying, why studs can't wear girl clothes, or just go ahead and put on just, well, I guess just you got to go on transition. If you're gonna wear the man's clothes, you just got to go on transition. You cosplaying. Look at this shit. Then she got the nerve to have some thick ass thighs.
Makes me laugh, who does the laundry when I don't do the laundry. That feels really, really awesome to have a partner in life who I know I can always depend on. Makes me happy.
Does it bother you that the two of you can't have children together?
I think it's inaccurate to say as two women, we can't have children. We can have children.
But you can't, not together. You can't get
But
in
again,
bed
my heterosexual friends can't have children
I know,
together
but that's
either.
an abnormal situation. Normally, a man and a woman can have.
Really? Did she just compare her and another female who can never actually have sex and produce a child to heterosexuals who who can produce a child? They just may not be physically able to. Did she really just compare the two? Oh boy, this is gonna be a long video.
Have a baby, but due to some type of defect, you do find cases where a woman might not be able to have children, have a baby, or a man can't make it. But there's no way that you and another woman can get in bed and make a baby. Do you ever wonder, well, if God made me a homosexual and he intended for me to be with another woman, knowing that I would want a family, why did he make it possible for me to lay down with another woman and make a baby? Have you ever thought?
Jesse, I'm tracking you. I don't believe in God, but I'm tracking you. And sometimes I can use the Bible against Christians. I'm going to just say, God ain't the author of confusion. That's all I'm going to say. And it's a whole bunch of confusion going on with that whole community. No offense to anybody in that community, but it's a whole bunch of confusion going on.
About that?
I believe God has created all of us. So if God created the people who figured out how to help my heterosexual friends who very much want children, and the fact that he created a way.
Charles, my nigga Charles, God calls you an abomination, ma'am. A mistake, a blip. All right then, but go ahead. Continue, little Charles.
For them to do that we as a world, as a people, have figured out how to operate in those situations. It leads me to believe that it is possible. So it doesn't feel weird. And you can ask me 4 different ways, but I'm never gonna think it's weird because it's who I am.
Do you believe that children need the influence of a father and a mother?
I think children need the influence of people who love them and care about them.
How about a father and a mother? Do you believe that they need that influence of a father and a mother?
I have had too many friends who have been raised by single parents. One, as a military kid, where I have had friends and I have had people in my community whose parents have died.
And they still had some type of opposite sex influence, whether it was a granddaddy, an uncle, maybe a neighbor, the new boyfriend, and shit of that nature. It's important. It really is. It just is.
serving our country. I have had too many people who I know and who I respect and who I love, who have been raised by single parents, dads or moms, to believe that it is impossible to raise a brilliant, loving, mature
Charles
child.
got
yes
on
or
the
no to the
pocket
question. Do you
square.
believe
She got
that
the
the
wings
children-
and
did.
not.
boys and girls need the influence of their father and mother?
I just answered
She
your
got
question. I'm
on the
sorry if you
professor
didn't.
Yeah, I
jacket.
miss it. I'm black and slow.
So
Do they need the influence of a
She didn't answer the question. The answer to do you think it's important for a child to have a father and mother? That's a yes or no answer. Not I done had too many friends who was raised by single parents and all of that stuff. Unless you're saying you said you think that they little Charles, are you saying your answer is you think that they need two people that love them? But that was before he asked that question, so maybe you did, little Charles. But I just look at the smug look on little Charles' face. Like you little Charles, you could have been a cute female, but you definitely is an ugly man, little Charles. You I don't know, you looking real weird right now, little Charles. I don't know. But then well, at least you ain't tried to grow no mustache. But hey, why you can't just wear girl clothes, G? I'm just saying they ain't have no girl clothes you could have put on for this interview. And I say you had to put on no dress, but you could have put on like the female power suit, like what Hillary Clinton used to wear all the time.
father and a mother?
I think it is my belief that children need the influence of people who love them, care about them.
Is that a
and
no
support
to
them.
my question?
I'm sorry, I answered your question.
As a Christian, do you believe in sin?
I do believe in sin, yeah.
And what is sin?
I for me, the easiest way to explain it, especially for non-Christians, is I try to lead a life where I don't treat people differently than I want to be treated.
So what is sin?
What in the fuck? This nigga said, what is sin? And she said the best way that I can describe it for people who may not be religious is I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. That does not define sin at all. See, the woman in her, she trying to be up there like her name Lil Charles, but the woman in her is coming out because that didn't make no sense at all. That's your explanation of sin. Do unto others. That's what sin is. All right, let's listen to Lil Charles tell us what sin is once again.
For me, the easiest way to explain it, especially for non-Christians, is I try to lead a life where I don't treat people differently than I want to be treated.
So what is sin?
I'm sorry that we're missing each other, but I feel like I answered that question.
To treat people the way you like to be treated?
What? She answered what sin was? Oh my goodness. And then she's a little smug bastard. We're getting confused. I'm sorry. We just damn, little Charles, why you so rude? You did not answer the question. You gave a statement, but you didn't answer the question of what. That's not what sin is. Treating somebody. How the fuck is you treating somebody the way you want to be treated? The definition of sin. It's a whole bunch of sins, and that's your definition.
I feel like the cardinal sin is not treating other people well.
So when radical homosexuals impose on Christians who don't want to participate in their lifestyle, is that a sin?
I don't know what a radical homosexual is. And
the ones who are trying to get the laws changed. For example, there's an Oregon couple fined $135,000. Colorado Supreme Court refused to hear another baker's appeal. So I want to know from you, should the court have the power to force bakers to make same-sex wedding cakes?
What's up, James?
And is that a sin to force them to do it?
So I think that the
No.
court has the power to enforce the law.
If you own your own business, how in the fuck can you be forced? They're like, that's just like no shoes, no shirt, no service. You have the right to provide service to who you want to. Why? How the fuck does this? How the Supreme Court gonna force these folk to make cakes?
And I think the Colorado court deciding not to hear the case was a victory for equality and a victory for anyone who doesn't believe in discrimination.
So let's go back to sin. What is sin? Tell me again, what is sin? Is there any other sin besides treating each other the way we would like to be treated?
I mean, what do you think?
I say, yeah, a whole bunch of them.
Like what?
Two men or two women acting as though there's a man and a woman. God is not for that. He didn't create that sin, and he would want you to overcome it. That's why Christ came, so that we could overcome the, sin.
But I would.
I gotta disagree with you, Jesse. You said God did not create that sin, sir. God created everything. So if God created everything, he created the sin. He knew homosexuality was going to take place. He knew it. He watched it play out. He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. It's still going on. So yeah, he created the sin.
I don't know all gay people, but I feel like it's not about pretending like one of you is a man and one of you is a woman. It's just being who you are and being open to love and being loved.
So as a Christian, you don't know what sin is. That's the only sin that you know, is to treat each other differently than you would like to be treated?
No,
Are there any other sins?
I didn't say that was the only sin.
Give me an example of some more.
What I said in response to your question is
treating others as you want to be treated ain't even a sin, though. That's not a sin. That's a commandment per se, but that's not a sin at all. Little Charles, what?
Is it a sin to force people to bake a cake that they don't want to bake because of their religion? My response to that question was that I think that what courts are supposed to do, understanding the legal system, courts are supposed to,
I know, but let's go back to sin. As a Christian, give me a couple other examples of sin.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure what sin is?
I'm not sure.
Transgender people are now in the mix. And they want, if a man feels like a woman, he wants to go into the woman's bathroom. If a woman feels like a man, they want to be able to go into the men's bathroom. Is that right? Should that be allowed?
So I think a couple of thoughts about what you said. I don't think that transgender people are now in the mix. I think transgender people have always been around. I think they've been around throughout history. And I think the reality is people want to pass a law saying, oh, hey, like, we need to stop people from going into the bathroom that we're determining they shouldn't be in. But the reality is you're already using the men's bathroom with people who are transgender, just like people are already using women's bathrooms with people who are transgender. So is it right? I think that people should be able to use the bathroom that they want to use.
So you're saying, yes, if a man decides that he feels like a woman, he's at a football game, had a couple of years, and he said, you know what, I'm going into the ladies' bathroom. I feel like a woman right now. He should be able to go into that bathroom. He has the right.
I don't want to be combative, but I'm not going to answer questions that describe people in ways in which they're not. And somebody who is transgender is not just someone who feels like a woman on a particular day because they've had a few beers. I think that's disrespectful to transgender people. And so I'm not going.
But the point still remains, though, because these transgenders, they just get to identify with anything. So if that man gets drunk and he decides to identify as a woman that day, why can't he use the bathroom? He's identifying as a woman that day. He may identify as a woman from that point on. But why can't he use the bathroom? Because he's full of alcohol and he feel like a woman.
To describe people in a way that is not accurate, because
I swear, one of the most annoying things there is a completely dumb, quasi-mumbo, arrogantly ignorant to be the one to describe wig on of describe back in.
So let's say that you have men who feel like women and they're dressing in women's clothing. They've identified as a transgender, full-fledged person. Should they be allowed to go into the bathroom of choice?
If if I am a person who is transgender and I feel more comfortable and I feel more safe using whichever bathroom, then I should be able to use that bathroom.
And so the straight person doesn't have a choice in that. Oh, say so. If they don't want that because they feel imposed upon, or let's say that my daughter is going into the women's bathroom, but here is a transgender man who feels like a woman going into that same bathroom. Do I have a right to say, no, this is not going to happen for the protection and the privacy of my daughter?
Your daughter has already used
No,
the
that's not the
bathroom
question. That's
with
not
the transgender.
Answer that question.
Your
Should that be allowed if I'm against that for my daughter?
your daughter, and the thing is, in order for me to answer questions, you can't interrupt me. And I know that's been tough for you throughout this, but like I can't answer your questions if you interrupt me when I'm answering them. I don't know what your daughter does in the bathroom, but when I go to the bathroom, I have to pee or something else. And so I go into the bathroom, I go into the stall, I shut the door. And so what I'm doing in the bathroom isn't imposing on anyone else. It's taking care of my bodily function.
If it's a man who dressed like a woman and my daughter is in that bathroom, this man, he may have in his own mind think that he's a woman when in reality he's still a man. I have a right to say, no, I'm not going to allow this to happen. And the transgender person doesn't have a right to impose on that, because that's what the radical movement, homosexual movement is about, is freedom, right? And non-discrimination.
For the third time, I don't know what a radical homosexual is.
Should transgender people be fighting for transgenders' bathrooms rather than imposing on straight people?
Should black people be fighting for black bathrooms?
It's not the same thing.
But
it's a put down to associate being black with homosexuality.
Well,
it's a disgrace to black people who died, black and whites who fought for the freedom of black Americans based on skin color. One of the great
African American, one of my great role models, Audre Lorde, said something to the impact of, there's no such thing as single issue struggles because we're not single issue people.
It's not a sin to be black, but it is a sin to be a homosexual, because you can overcome homosexuality, but you cannot overcome being black. Just ask Michael.
Well, ma'am, that is not his opinion. He basing it on the Bible, because both of y'all believe in God. He basing it on what that book that y'all base y'all religion off of on. That's not his opinion. It's God said it. Jesse didn't make that up. God said it. I'm just saying. So it's not his opinion. The Bible say it's a sin. He didn't pull that out his ass.
Jackson, he never was able to overcome.
And I don't think that most people are actually trying to overcome their homosexuality. And I think if we're actually looking at what these laws do, they are about so much more than bathrooms. It's about denying people public access. It's about jobs. It's about employment discrimination. It's about
none of that is true.
It is true.
What it is, in reality, homosexual people, especially the radical ones, are not comfortable with being homosexuals, and they don't want anything or anybody around them to remind them that they're wrong. And so that's why they're trying to impose themselves on Christian bakers and same bathroom.
Are you homosexual?
They can't handle being wrong.
Are you homosexual?
No, but all sin create conflict.
But hold on. But if you're not homosexual, then you can't speak for a group of people.
I know what sin does for you. It creates conflict.
But you can't. I feel great being gay.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I feel fantastic.
You really don't.
I feel fantastic. I've had a smile on my face the whole time. I might be happier than you. I'm young. I'm successful. I own a home. I found somebody I love. I have a great degree. I feel great. I've in no way. I have not felt like I need to overcome anything.
The one thing I can absolutely guarantee you, with all the successes that you've been able to gain, when you're alone by yourself, when no one is around to validate you, you're not being praised for your successes, reality kicks in and you have conflict about being a homosexual. You're not happy with it. I don't care what you say. I know for a fact that that happens.
I don't know about you folks, but I find this person to be extremely dishonest. She can gaslight all she wants.
For years now, the I-Team has investigated a lot of complaints involving HOAs and how they use their power, but we've never seen anything.
Okay. Homeowners Association violations involving woman's brown grass led her to being arrested in jail for 7 days. Brown grass got a nigga locked up with all this shit going on in the world. Dry grass, brown grass, which is dry, dead grass. Got a nigga locked up for 7 days. This is racist. If there's ever a reason not to join a homeowners association,
For
You may
years
go
now,
to
the
jail for
I-Team has
brown
investigated a lot
grass.
of complaints involving HOAs and how they use their power, but we've never seen anything quite like this.
Yeah, so the woman in the mugshot right here wanted us to tell you her story, and she wanted us to show you her mugshot. She was arrested and spent a week in jail for what started out as an HOA complaint over her lawn.
I feel humiliated about the whole thing, you know, like I kind of got my head down because this is so embarrassing.
Well, tonight, investigative reporter Adam Walser there revealing how she wound up behind bars and caught up with the HOA's attorney to ask about
She
his
got like a sing
This
song
is
and
what
clap.
they were showing in court, like pictures of the brown grass.
Yep.
The grass isn't always green in Irina Green's yard, thanks to a big tree that you can see in this drone video, and a drought that led the county to impose watering restrictions last year didn't help.
Looks like you got some pieces of sod here.
Green says her yard is far from the worst in Riverview's Creekview subdivision.
If you drive around my neighborhood, you'll see there's plenty of yards that are not up to par.
But so far, she's the only homeowner to actually go to jail for failing to keep her yard up to her HOA standards. It all started with notices from the HOA's management company.
And it went from the grass being brown to, you know, there's a dent in my garage.
Dents too small to see from the road.
That was a part of my court case.
Green was also cited for having a dirty mailbox covered in mildew due to shade and moisture from that same tree.
I would assume you could probably clean that whole mailbox in a few minutes, right?
Yeah.
And for having a cargo van similar to other ones we observed in the neighborhood. The HOA filed a lawsuit against Green in Hillsborough County Court, demanding she correct the violations. She represented herself, preparing handwritten explanations that the HOA and judge rejected. Green appeared at a hearing last July in which the judge gave her an ultimatum.
My grass had to be brung up to par. He said, you can get seeds, you can do something, but you got 30 days to get it corrected. I said, fine. You know, he said, and if it's not done in 30 days, you're going to go to jail.
Irene says she spent the next month correcting the violations.
I sold my van to comply. My mailbox was clean. I bought seeds and watered my grass.
That judge is a bitch ass nigga and he needs to be voted out the next term if he locking niggas up for brown grass. Hey, you can get some seeds is not gonna work in 30 days. If she threw some seeds down, was green grass really gonna sprout in 30 days? And he told her, you gonna go to jail. Like, fuck if she got the money or not.
But she missed her next court date.
I was supposed to receive documentation. Nothing was sent to my home. And I reached out to the courthouse several times to try to find out when was my court date.
The judge signed an order holding Green in contempt of court and issued a warrant for her arrest at the HOA attorney's request.
It is pretty extreme. It certainly is, yeah.
We asked Stetson law professor Paul Boudreau what he makes of this case.
I think it's pretty rare in a civil case for someone to have
The HOA lawyer is a bitch ass nigga too. Go on, lock her up, man. Lock her up. She missed court. Lock her up. This wasn't no fucking criminal case.
a contempt order.
Green was pulled over by a sheriff's deputy in late May after picking up her 15-year-old daughter from cheerleading practice.
When I got out, he said, Ms. Green, do you know that you have a warrant for your arrest?
She was taken to the Orient Road jail.
If they got you handcuffed behind your back?
Yes. I'm treated like a criminal.
At the jail, she got more bad news.
There was no bond, so I couldn't even go home to my family. I sat in there for 7 days. 7 days in the jailhouse, like a criminal.
To be incarcerated without bond is certainly an extreme measure and is pretty rare.
Now there's a mugshot of you right now.
Yep.
How did that make you feel, just to be put in those orange clothes?
It makes me feel horrible. Like I work hard. I work hard to buy this home, for me and my kids in a better neighborhood and environment, and to be taken to jail and to be treated like that for brown grass at my own home, it's horrible.
David Lair is a Palm Beach attorney who represents homeowners in cases against HOAs. His law partner wrote the best-selling book, Bad HOA.
You have an HOA who was quick to go after her and to use the full force that they're entitled to.
Have you ever heard of it getting to this point where someone actually goes to jail?
I have not seen that. To be clear, the association does not have the power to put you in jail. Certain other events intervened. Certainly, the judge had the right to do it. I think perhaps there could be more lenient remedies.
Green's sister-in-law, who is a paralegal, filed a petition 6 days after she was incarcerated, requesting an emergency hearing.
And I went to court, and I had to be shackled from my hands to my feet.
And you're there in civil county court, right?
Yeah.
You're the only one wearing orange, right?
Yeah, the only one.
Green's relatives sent pictures of the yard and other evidence to the judge, a different one than the judge who issued the arrest warrant. Green says an attorney for the HOA opposed her release.
HOA stand for whole ass.
It hasn't been resodded. The whole yard needs to be resodded. And she's like, not from those pictures that I see. She's like, no, I want her released immediately.
So that you were going to sit in jail while they resided your
Yeah,
yard?
he wanted me to continue to sit in jail and not come home to my family.
Green was released on the judge's order.
I'm Adam. I'm with ABC Action News.
We caught up with Creekview HOA attorney Francis Frischia, the one who asked for the arrest warrant outside his office.
Do you think that was kind of harsh to have her spend 5 days or 7 days, I believe, in jail?
I have no comment, but I'll email you on that.
He emailed us a statement saying in part, quote, Ms. Green received notices of violations. She disregarded them. Ms. Green failed to show up in court on August 19th. Her failure to abide by the court's instruction led to the arrest warrant being issued. We called and left a business card at the Creekview HOA president's home, and we called and emailed the HOA's property management company, which issued the violations. We didn't hear back from either. Legal experts say there are lessons to be learned.
Sometimes they act in a petty manner, but if they decide that you need to do something, you need to follow the rules. And when a judge tells you to do something, you have to do it.
I think that they have way too much power. I mean, I never heard of anything like this in my life.
My team investigator Adam Walser with photojournalist Matt McGlashan taking action for you.
Wild story there. The HOA board recently hired a new property management company to enforce its regulations, which started last month. Now, our Adam Walsler has been investigating homeowners associations and everything that comes with them all over the Tampa Bay area for several years now. We want to know, are you in a battle with your HOA? Or do
in the scenario I'm giving you, right?
Hold on. This is just a good old
Child born with bone cancer. After 6 months, the baby's dead. What did the baby learn?
theist verse.
Not the baby. What did you learn?
That's not my question. My question.
Wait, why can't I skip this motherfucker back? Yeah, y'all see, I was listening to about the first 10 minutes. I was like, oh, gotta review this. Gotta review this.
Why would God allow bad things to take place?
Well, I mean, that's not a question I have. I mean, if people have the ability to make decisions, obviously sometimes they're going to make bad decisions. I think the complaint from the atheist is not that people have the ability to do bad things, although some people do make a good argument for that to not be the case. I think the better question is, why does God allow horrific things that he causes, like children being born blind, children being born with bone cancer, earthquakes, tornadoes, volcanoes? Those are things that he controls. Those aren't decisions I've made.
Well, okay. So to that point, in your perception of things that you can handle, when you think of babies being born blind, is that something that hurts your feelings, or is that something that makes you feel like, oh man, that makes me sad about that?
Well, it certainly makes me sad. Now, if it's your own child, I don't think sad even remotely covers it. I think if you are born with a child who has a severe disability or is sick or chronically ill, sad, it quite literally is more like despair.
Right. It's traumatic despair. I think it would be safe to say that in the total overall context of things, why a God would allow man to endure certain things would be kind of like, when you work out, and the whole science behind working out is breaking down a muscle, and you don't get any gains without pain. Well, your body responds to that level of stress in order to repair. So does your immune system, and so does your mind. Your mind solves complex things that put stress on it to become intelligent, like somebody like you.
What?
So,
sure, but sorry.
What? Wait, so kids are born with cancer to break them down and build them up. You do know, like most of these kids that have these cancers and things of that nature really, really young, they don't make it to like 10. So what did they learn? What? Never mind.
Go ahead.
If I were in totality of looking at the total circumstance, would I allow certain things that would be to me minuscule, but to you might be traumatic? I just don't think that it would affect me in the same way, because I am looking at things in a totality.
Yeah, but what about the child that dies after 6 years of bone cancer?
Well, again, that would be something that if I was personally connected to that, if I was a supreme being, then it would be like me watching my child bump their knee on a dresser.
No, I'm talking about the child. What does the child get out of it?
What does a child get out of going in timeout?
No.
To the child.
The child's
to
not.
the child.
The child's not developed. It's dead after 6 months.
Yes, but I'm saying in relation to the child, a baby screaming thinks you're trying to kill it when you sit it down.
No, the baby
So
died is what I'm saying. In the scenario I'm giving you, right? There's a child born with bone cancer. After 6 months, the baby's dead. What did the baby learn?
not the baby. What did you learn?
That's not my question. My question is, what did the baby learn?
What did the baby learn? What did the baby learn? That's like a that's like a plausible. What did the baby learn? Is it about the baby?
I know, yeah. God is using the suffering of the innocent to teach adults a lesson. That's what you're positing, right? So do you think that God has no other recourse, an all-powerful entity has no other recourse to teach adults proper behavior without making innocent people suffer?
Well, what I do know, as like the exercise analogy, and there are times where you learn from trauma, and there are times evolution. If evolution is evolution, evolution solves problems. There are conflicting problems in all species to where they evolve. If any of those problems had never presented itself, then in science, I guess it would be safe to say that you wouldn't be here on TikTok able to perceive or go live. So evolution is a direct response to an overcoming of trauma, because you have to for
But
fish to breathe in
I'm just
water,
trying to stay
you have-
focused here, right? So I'll lay out the argument so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So the problem with the problem of evil, that's the topic we're on right now, is that you're saying God needs to have like these innocent babies suffer and die. He needs to do it because when these innocent babies suffer and die, like the adults that are around, they're like learning, they're growing, right? So you're saying it's necessary pain. But I'm pushing back on it and saying, listen, if your God needs to kill innocent babies to teach people how to deal with pain or trauma, then either one, he's not all powerful, or number two, he's not all good. You got to, one of those two things has got to hit the road.
Well, that again, it goes back to, okay, is evolution necessary? Like,
Wait, do you believe in evolution?
Well, I see evolution. Things evolve. Period. I mean, that's not something that's something anybody can see. Things evolve.
Listen, I'm sorry. I assumed you didn't believe in evolution because most Christians don't. I shouldn't have made that assumption. Okay, so you do believe in evolution.
Yeah, I mean, how evolution of the actual term is to evolve. So it's not even something to believe in. It's shit. Stuff evolves, right?
I agree. We're on the same page. We agree. Evolution is real. Okay. So could God accomplish like whatever evolution is doing, right? Could God accomplish it another way?
In a way that just makes everyone happy. And
nope, I didn't say that. Nope, didn't say that.
Yes, he could. So yes,
there you go.
He could do it any way that he would choose to do it.
Okay, so God could have created the world without the unnecessary suffering, and he chose to create the world with the necessary suffering, or the unnecessary suffering, which means you've got to get rid of this like fictitious property of God that he's perfectly loving and perfectly just, because he's not if he chooses the world that has all the unnecessary suffering.
Okay, to your point, I understand your point, but check this out. Okay, so if the story in God references a place where there's a heaven, and if this is a boot camp, then I mean, I would see validation for what happens here to reference where you go from here. I'm not a sensitive person, so when I see certain things, I do. It's sad. I love children, like children and old people, all my life. Children and old people. I have a very emotional connection to those. I don't like nobody messing with children. I can't even watch a movie where something happens to a child. Like I turn it off.
Have you read the Bible?
Yes. I started reading the Bible.
God's murdering babies left and right in that book.
Well, at the end of the day, if you look at us all as a species, I mean, even a deer loves their baby, I guess, in a sense. A deer shows emotion when something is just eating their baby. So how can I say ants don't do the same thing? Our emotional connection does not define a greater purpose. We don't have a connection to a roach and their babies. We don't have a connection to rats and their babies. So if I created everything, I think a lot of times humans just take the universe experience as though all things aren't alive. It is not a planet alive. It's not the fish alive, but we will eat a fish, or it's not a plant alive. So if I created everything I'm not going to make man. I'm not going to make man a super sensitive point.
Okay,
if
so
I created billions of
so the
different
suffering of
organisms.
mankind's not actually relevant.
I mean, is the suffering of ants relevant?
So our human suffering is no different than the suffering of like the honeybees and the ants.
I mean, who has the right to say that it is or is?
So then Jesus' suffering was meaningless.
I can't say that it was. I can't say that it wasn't.
Well, it has to be meaningless. If my suffering is meaningless, then certainly Jesus' suffering is extra meaningless, especially if you think he's a God who already knew he was just going to resurrect. Completely meaningless.
Well, you have the right to put the word meaningless on it. I'm saying I'm reserving the right to say I don't determine whether it was meaningful or meaningless. I don't have the right or power to do that. All I'm saying is if I was a supreme creator of the cosmos, billions of organisms down to bacteria, down to cells, neurons, and atoms, I as a human might be egotistical to make myself the center point of feelings in the universe. But if I were to create trillions of different things, I would not be able to relate to how you relate the same way as we wouldn't relate to a chicken having eggs and stealing their eggs and kidnapping their eggs from them and having them lay more eggs.
Are you a vegetarian?
Huh?
No.
Heck no.
Why not?
Because I like meat.
Okay, so the suffering, in your worldview, the suffering of animals isn't all that important.
That, I mean, not in the way that I live my life.
Yeah, exactly.
But check this out. Now, guess what? I would have a different context if, guess what? I'd never went out and actually killed my food. I may never ever eat meat again if I were to go and have to cut my chickens up and catch them and cut them up.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
perspective.
Let me agree with you there. If we all had to execute our own animals, there'd be a lot more vegetarians in the world. I agree with you there. I think our conversation is getting long in the tooth, but I want to cover one more passage with you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So I think that what God does through the problem of suffering is one problem. I think there's maybe even a bigger problem where in the Bible, God repeatedly does and brags about doing it, punishing innocent people for crimes they never committed. To me, this is incongruent with a God that's perfectly just. So you probably already know the story of David and Bathsheba and the punishment that God gave for that whole mess. Well, most people remember that the child was stricken ill for 7 days and then executed. And that was one part of the punishment. The second part of the punishment is what people forget. And this is what happens. God says through Nathan, "Thus saith the Lord, I will raise up trouble against you from within your own house, and I will take your wives before your eyes, and I will give them to your neighbor, and he will lie with your wives in broad daylight. For you did it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel in broad daylight." And so God then has 10 of David's wives raped by Absalom in a couple of chapters later. But those wives didn't do anything wrong. Why are they getting punished?
Well, now I can't say whether they were raped by the instruction of God or not. I can say that man does all type of wild things. Now, if you take what you're reading, that's like looking at science. So you're reading something that someone else wrote about something or someone, and you weren't present. So,
but God took credit for it.
I mean, you're in what you're reading.
Yeah.
So when
is
you
the text wrong?
Well, what transliteration are you reading? Is this from a Hebrew text transliteration? Because a lot of things that are written in Hebrew and the purposes behind the actual words become different in our English transliteration of things. So could I say, based on exactly what you just read, could I say that is what God intended? I can't say that. I can say that, okay, that's probably what man chose to do and write. I don't know.
Do you think all the English translators got it wrong?
No, I don't think they got everything wrong, but I don't know what they got right or got wrong.
Well, what word in here should we translate differently?
I'm not the scholar to say that, but what I'm saying,
I have read it in Hebrew before. It says exactly what it says in English.
No. The Hebrew is completely different than what it says in English.
Oh, certainly not the case.
If you pull up a direct Hebrew translation for the passage in which you just.
Yeah, you want to do an interlinear readout with me?
Yeah, that's cool. Or Strong's or something.
Strong's ain't gonna help you.
Concordance, some sort of concordance of a direct transliteration.
Well, you don't want a transliteration. Transliteration doesn't do you anything. That just copies the letters over. You want a translation, which is what we're gonna read. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, I will raise up trouble against you." He's doing it. I will do it.
Okay. Great, and I can agree. I will raise up trouble against you.
And he
Now,
literally says, "I will take," in the first person,
okay, I will take. Continue.
his wives.
No,
God's
okay, I will
God's
take-
raising up the trouble. God's taking
let's
his
get to the
wives.
grape- Let's get to the great part.
Well, there's no word in biblical Hebrew for grape. That word doesn't exist.
Exactly. So how can you were reading me context, and that word doesn't even exist in Hebrew, but it was spoken and given to the Hebrew people. So how can we right now argue a point when we're arguing a point of something that was conceptually, we have a concept of something.
Do you think that the Hebrew people had a way of describing grape?
How could you not?
Exactly. So they did have a way of describing it. And what they typically used were words like we saw in the prior passage, where somebody took a woman and then did something to her, like going into her, which is exactly what happened in chapter 16. It says, Absalom said to Absalom, by the way, is the son of David, who's trying to take over David's throne. He's running a coup against his father, and he's asking for advice from a former advisor of the king as to what to do to solidify his power now that he chased his father out of the palace. So he says, give us your counsel. What should we do? And Ahithophel said to Absalom, go into your father's concubines, the ones that he left to look after the house, and after all, and all Israel will hear that you have made yourself odious to your father, and the hands of all who are with you will be strengthened. So they pitched a tent for Absalom on the roof, and Absalom went into his father's concubines in the sight of all of Israel. So Absalom, in a display of force over his own father, captures 10 of David's wives and forcibly goes into them on top of the palace.
Okay, if I go into you, if I say I'm going to go into you, if an old school dad say I'm going to lay into you, does that
pause to you and lay into you and go into you are two totally different things?
necessarily mean that he's referencing that he's going to grape you, or does that mean that he's going to get on you, or he's going to get in your head, or he's going to whatever? Like, I can't say. You can say.
I can say, yeah, in the Bible, when it says going into a woman, it refers to having sex with them. Want me to show you where that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows up in like 5 or 6 different places. The first place and the most common is Deuteronomy chapter 21 and 22. So let's go to chapter 22. It says, suppose a man marries a woman, but after going into her dislikes her and makes up charges against her, slandering her by saying, I married this woman, but when I lay with her, I did not find evidence of her virginity. Going into a woman is the act of lying with her in the Bible.
Well, you can argue that point, but but guess what though? There is a purpose of why there was going into her and laying with her. It never had to deviate from going into her, but it specifically stated laying with her. So going into her, I get what you're saying.
I think I should do.
No. I'm very intelligent. What I'm saying is I'm not going to force going into as being laying when it's purposefully made two different references.
It's not two different references. It's literally the same thing. The punishment that Absalom is doing to the concubines is comparable. And the reason why it's chosen as the punishment is because David committed adultery by sleeping with another woman. So the punishment is, David, you went into this woman who wasn't yours. Now I'm going to have somebody go into your wives. That's the punishment. That's why the punishment makes sense. The phrase going into a woman always means sex in the Bible. There's no other instance in the Bible, not a single instance where it means anything other but that.
Okay, so basically someone graped someone, and then it's saying that God said, I'm going to have someone grape your wives, right?
Yeah, God says he's causing it. It's a punishment.
Okay. Well, in the sense of that, so I can logically understand that. I mean, I'm not a scholar. I was just arguing my point.
Fair. But
if that is a reference to things, again, I can't say I can't say that on a personal human level of suffering. I can't say that I would pick your level of suffering over my total understanding just because you have a sensitive tie. Again,
this is not about suffering. This is about justice, right? So the women took on the punishment for the crimes that their husband committed.
But the women are a totality of mankind. Mankind and women bear the total burden.
Women are individual, autonomous people, right? So, like, if you commit a sin, your significant other shouldn't be punished for it.
No, that's in the way of your consciousness and perception
No,
as a human.
that's what the word
That-
just means. What do you think the definition of justice is?
What is the definition of just?
Do you know what it means?
Display it. I want to see what
The
you're
definition of
going
justice is when you get what you deserve, whether it's good or bad. And typically it's proportionate.
Okay, so that would be justice to me, and I'm gonna tell you why.
It,
I'm gonna tell you why.
it would be just for your wife to get graped for your sin?
I'm gonna tell you in the totality of things.
It's a shame this conversation started out so nicely and now you're justifying grape.
But no, it's not.
What my nigga said, I'm gonna tell you in the totality of things. The question was simple. Do you think that your wife or your girlfriend, your sister, your mama, anybody should be raped because of your sins? And I said, in full context, G. In full context.
That would be a minuscule way to kind of no. What I'm saying is this:
For any of the women in the audience right now, I apologize if you were SA'd. What you went through is not minuscule. It shouldn't be minimized. What you went through was horrific.
You're minimizing it. But what I'm saying is,
I'm certainly not.
What I'm saying is this. And look, that is completely wrong. I'm gonna tell you what I would do to someone that SAs someone. I honestly think you should throw them off of a bridge into a burning fire. So
that's what we should do to Yahweh then. Yahweh should be thrown off a bridge into the fire.
Guess what? That's because I have a sensitive relationship to my emotional connection to humans. I am speaking on the fact of if I am a supreme being that created millions and trillions of organisms, how do I not, if I have 4 kids and if I say, hey, if Tommy doesn't clean up his room, everybody's getting punished.
Fucking Tommy.
Okay, so take this. Hey, everybody in the chat, named Tommy. Sorry. So what I'm saying is this: if you take simple things that we do that we don't mean any actual harm to the other 3 children, but we're trying to teach them a lesson. I'm not speaking as myself. If I am a total supreme and created all of the cosmos, the differences of SAN and all of that stuff would be no different to me than if I took and said, hey, if you don't walk your sister home from school, then you're not going to have any TV for a month. Why? It's the same way that when I walk on ants, I don't go home sad.
This nigga just compared rape to being grounded and not being able to watch TV. What the fuck?
And it might sound harsh and cruel, but we on a day-to-day basis, we don't care about other organisms and things in that sense. So if I
don't know if you're tracking though, we're talking about whether or not God is just right now.
I believe.
Amen. I just want to say, I'm glad I don't sound like this no more. I used to sound like this at a point in life. I'm so glad I don't sound like this anymore.
I believe so, because it's in the same way we would group a group of people and have them endure whatever your kid might cry if you punish all of them for what one of them did. They might hate you. They might grow up and say,
but is it just?
Dad punished me. My dad punished me,
but is it just
because my sister did something?
But
you're as a father, you're going to say, you're going to have a justifiable, conscious
Why in the fuck would I punish all my kids for something one did unless they ain't telling? Unless all of them just sitting there and I'm like, which one of you is 4 of them? And I say, which one of y'all broke the vase? And ain't nobody said nothing, because at least one of them did it and the other ones know about it. That's the only way I would punish all of them, because I wouldn't know who did it. They being quiet. But just as you said earlier, a nigga didn't clean his room, so you punish the other 3 siblings. What kind of shit is that? How does that make sense at all? Unless you want them kids to start whooping the older brother or whoever didn't clean their room ass. That would cause animosity in the house. What the fuck? So that's just like saying one kid bring home a bad report card, everybody else got straight A's, but the ones with straight A's get punished. That doesn't make sense. Why are they grounded?
understanding.
But is it just
what that
to punish people who didn't do the wrong thing?
he is punishing mankind. Yes, it's just because
Okay, so if you
on the
committed a
story,
sin, you'd be okay with your son going to jail for you?
my son, my son dies because of my sin, based on
No,
the story.
I'm not asking about the biblical story. I'm asking if a judge sent your child to prison.
No, your son dies because nobody lives forever. Everything dies, including Jesus. Jesus died. Jesus didn't even escape earth without dying. Everything dies. Lazarus was brought back to life, but Lazarus ain't still walking around the earth. Lazarus apparently died again. We ain't seen this nigga no more.
Prison for a crime you committed, you'd be okay with that?
Guess what? I think that should be something that is a part of the justice system.
Oh.
You know why? You know why?
All right,
you know
listen.
why?
I'm gonna
why?
hold on. I'm gonna save you the embarrassment. Listen, I think deep down you're probably a nice guy. You came up here being respectful. We've had a good back and forth, but I need you to pause and reflect. You're at a point where if I let you keep talking, you're going to embarrass your mother and your father if they're still alive, and I hope they're not watching this. So we got to cut this thing off. I think you've said everything you need to say at this point. Anything else beyond this, you're going to make it worse for yourself. The minute you say it's okay to lock up your own children for crimes they never committed, I think we're done. We're done. But look back at this conversation a week from now, 2 weeks from now, and ask yourself, are the things I'm saying crazy, or am I coping to justify the nonsense of the Bible? Because I think most people.
Michael is calling from Ohio. Pronouns are he, him. Michael's a theist that wants to talk about the problem of evil. How are you, sir?
Hey, Matt. Dorothy, how y'all doing?
Doing all right, man. Not bad.
Yeah, Matt, start out. Can you hear me?
Who is this?
Yeah, we can hear you.
This
What's up?
70s brother
Just what's your
with
video?
the gold
The
chain
latest one you
on.
just put out on
This
YouTube.
nigga got the
What you
John
were
Sally glasses
discussing
on
how
with the cool Mo
your journey from
chain.
believer to atheist and what you went through to kind of thresh out a deeper understanding of Christianity. And I'm very similar to that story in where I'm at currently. But whereas a lot of people that I see have deconstructed their faith, I feel like they have, from my position, done that unnecessarily at the expense of not believing in God, as if somehow the things written in the Bible were supposed to be accurate, and that they were supposed to tell us things about God that are true. And since they're not true, then therefore there is no God. I don't see how that follows from that. I accept an atheist position where they stand. I fully understand that. The God that I believe in is one which is all powerful, all knowing, and all good. I think a God, any God less than that is can't do anything for evil. As you know,
So does a God?
Philip Goff.
So first of all, I would agree with you that when somebody reaches the conclusion that the Bible is unreliable, that doesn't mean there isn't a God. Atheism is not the conclusion there is no God. Atheism is the rejection of claims that there is. And I'm a skeptic, and I'll be convinced just as soon as there's evidence for it. So if you say you believe in an all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good God, the triple omni right there, is that what you're saying?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So does God know my thoughts?
Yeah, God knows your thoughts, and God would know your thoughts even before you could think them, even before you were created or existed. God would know them.
So if God knows my thoughts, then God should know exactly what it would take to convince me that he's real, right?
Yeah, I got you.
So why doesn't he do that?
Because he can't.
God can't convince me that he's real?
Now, the way that I view it is that if the nature of God is that which is all powerful, all knowing, all good, God is infinite. There is no way for God to be able to confirm that, or else we would have to believe that God is not actually God. We would have to be to achieve a certain level epistemically to understand.
What you're saying right now, Michael, doesn't make any sense and isn't an answer to my question. So God knows what would change my mind, and God is all powerful, but God can't present the thing that would change my mind. I don't understand why.
What would God be able to do to show that God is all powerful, control everything it is that's in our lives?
Michael, I don't know. I'm not the one that believes there's an all-powerful God. You are. And so you believe that there's a God that is all-powerful, and then you're telling me what God can't do. That doesn't sound all-powerful, and it doesn't seem reasonable to say that God knows what would change my mind, but he can't do it.
So it's along the sense of God cannot make a square circle. God cannot.
So you're saying it's impossible
prove
for
to
me
us.
to be? You're saying it's impossible for me to be convinced reasonably?
I'm just say free will. Free will is the answer for everything. But he just said God can't make a square circle, but it's God. God could create the universe, but can't make a square circle. This again, this shit just does not make sense. The belief is so strong and so hard that logic just goes out the window.
Believe that a God exists?
No, not. And this is all through the problem of evil.
Michael, that was a yes or no question. Michael, that was a yes or no question. And so if it's not impossible and there is something that would convince me, then it's not a square circle that God is trying to do. So how can you assert that God can't do the thing that will change my mind? How is it you know more than God?
I don't know more than God, but
you just pretended like you did because you just asserted that God can't do something. And if you know that God can't do something, then you know more than God.
God is doing it right now would be what I would say. God is doing it in this life.
God's doing what? No, Michael, he's not. Whatever it would be that would convince me, he knows what it is, and he is not doing it. And you said he's not doing it because he can't. Shut up and let me finish my thought. Shut up and let me finish my thought. You just said that God can't do it. And then when I pointed out that this was a contradiction with your position, now you're saying he's doing it right now. So which is the truth? And how do you know? Is he doing it right now? Or is it that he can't do it?
God can't do it without allowing this world.
Without allowing this world. That's not even a complete sentence or thought. Durante, jump on in.
Yep. Okay. So I got just to clarify, because there's a lot going on here, Michael. What was your introduction to God, to believe in God? What was your introduction?
I was 6 years old.
John Sally talking, y'all.
Was going to it doesn't matter. I believed in Jesus Christ because
Soul Brother number one.
There was somebody that cared about me.
Okay, so the Bible, the gospel message.
For me, it all comes back to the problem of evil. Look, I believe fine-tuning. Wait a minute. No, it's not fine-tuning for life. It's fine-tuning.
Michael, bruh.
Okay,
Michael,
I've muted Michael because Michael doesn't know how to have a conversation. So Durante's going to get to talk, and then I'm going to unmute Michael, and then you'll be able to say something again. So hang on.
Yes. All right. So
Durante.
what I'm hearing here, Michael, he says that the Bible is flawed. That's kind of where he started the conversation off. And that's why I was asking the question, okay, what is your introduction to God? Because that's where he started this thing at. And it seems like it's the Bible message, the gospel message. He hears that this God loves him. All right, great. But you believe that the Bible is flawed. You open up the conversation by saying, okay, just because the Bible is flawed doesn't mean God is not real. Absolutely accurate. But I have some questions here. Man, I really wanted to have fun with you a little bit because I wanted to talk about Terminator. See, we were going to get to talk about Terminator, and you just robbed us of that opportunity, Michael. But we were going to talk about Terminator because there's a character in Terminator called Kyle Reese. Kyle Reese is the father of John Connor. Kyle Reese comes back from the future, and he impregnates Sarah Connor, and she gives birth to John Connor. All right, in this case, Kyle Reese is your introduction to God. John Connor is that God. In a timeline where Kyle Reese does not come and impregnate Sarah, Connor doesn't exist. This is actually where I wanted to get to with you. If the introduction is flawed, if Kyle Reese doesn't exist, you are making a lot of claims for God. I'm wondering where you're getting these claims from. You've already said the Bible is flawed, but not at any moment have you actually pointed to any verifiable system where you say, because one of your claims was God knows your thoughts. How do you know God knows our thoughts? So that's where I'll kind of leave it at right now. You've made several claims about these views that you have and these very absolutes about what this God can do, but you've also said the Bible is not your tool for knowing God. So in a very simple way, can you explain to us what is the mechanism, what is the method that you use to determine that God knows everybody's thoughts?
Right, so it would have to be through a philosophical understanding and presentation of what God would be. Now,
and where would you
get
that from? Where would you get that philosophical understanding
from? Philosophy through using logic, just as
Okay, use
you
logic.
two gentlemen
This
would.
would be a great opportunity to use logic.
So,
what logical process would you take to conclude that God knows everybody's thoughts?
It is
let me ask you this. Can I, Michael? Can I ask you this?
Michael, if God doesn't know my thoughts, why would I think that thing is a God? Then I would think that there is no such thing as a God.
Oh, so you are prioritizing, you are defining God, and if a God doesn't match your definition, you just dismiss him. Well, that's good to know.
If God doesn't match the definition of a God who can give me a reason for why God
That's
allows
your
evil,
definition.
yes, I would dismiss it.
Hang on, Michael, are you aware that plenty of other people believe in gods and they don't believe that God can know their thoughts? And so they believe in a God that is different from the one you're describing. But when what Durante's asking you is, how do you know that God knows your thoughts? And your answer is, because if he doesn't, he's not God. That is completely circular. You are just defining the thing.
I'm not trying to be circular, Matt. I'm really not.
I don't care if you're trying to be circular.
To...
You are being circular. Stop interrupting me. You haven't demonstrated anything. You've declared it. We're asking you to demonstrate it. And saying that it doesn't match my preferred definition of God is not a demonstration of anything other than you are closed-minded.
Well, like I first started saying, anything less than a God, which is all-knowing, which would, if a God doesn't know my thoughts, that God's not all-knowing. There's reason to believe that God is not competent enough.
Michael. You are not ready for these conversations. Really? Yes, really. Yeah, you are not ready for these conversations because we are sitting here explaining, and you're trying to appeal to philosophy and logic when every word out of your mouth, every word. Interrupt me one more fucking time, and you'll be banned. Every word out of your mouth demonstrates that you don't understand the basics of logic, and that you don't understand the limits of philosophy. We would be happy to help you with that. We are asking the very questions that expose the flaws in your logic. We're saying, you say you have a definition of God, and anything that doesn't meet your definition of God doesn't count. Cool, whatever. That's not what we were asking. You can't just say, God must necessarily be able to read minds. And we say, how do you know that? Your answer is, because I have declared it thus. That is your answer. I have declared it thus. But you'll object and you'll say, no, that's not me. That's the definition of God. Well, you're wrong. There is no the definition of God. There are a variety of definitions of God. This is the one that you prefer and the one that makes sense to you, which is completely a separate issue from whether or not that God does exist or could even possibly exist. And so we're asking you, we don't even have to get to the problem of evil. You have advocated for an omnimax God, the God of classical theism, and you have said that there are things that God cannot do, and you have failed to even put together a single cogent sentence to describe why God, the all-powerful, cannot do the thing that would change my mind. And you know what else isn't going to change my mind? You interrupting and making assertions. I'll give you one more shot at this. How do you know that there is in fact a God who can read minds?
Now, we don't know that what the nature of God is.
Cool. Goodbye.
I am.
Thanks for that admission. It took us 12 minutes and 50 seconds for you to acknowledge that you're spewing out views that you cannot demonstrate, which I said, don't call in and do that.
Do you acknowledge that it's a possibility that when we leave from this life, we can stand in front of a God?
No.
But, okay, when you're talking about
possibility has never been demonstrated. You don't get to say it's a possibility until you can demonstrate that it is a possibility.
And you've actually overstepped the lines of possibility. You're not saying it's possible. You've made absolute claims about what you know this God is. So in order to say you know what God does, you'd have to already have the proof that God exists. And what you just did is you just said, we don't know for sure that God exists. It might be possible, but you don't realize how that's a contradiction to say, well, I don't know for sure if God exists, but I know for a fact he can read your thoughts. Do you see how that doesn't work?
That's my assumption, that would be what God could do.
We're not.
Then you should have never made that claim.
We're looking for
I'm trying to figure these things, and I think
an assumption and a declaration is not what we're looking for. We need you to defend the conclusion you've reached.
I believe that it would benefit atheists to allow for there to be further talkings about God as if God was real.
I did that for 28 years, bro.
You're talking to a former pastor and a former gonna-be pastor. How dare you come in and pretend to be giving advice to atheists about how we should leave it open. I'm absolutely open to the possibility of God. I'm not saying it is possible. I am open to being convinced that it's possible. You don't just get to assume that it's possible. So here we go. I've got one question, Michael. This is very important. Can you demonstrate that God is possible?
If I could demonstrate that, why would you not think that I was God?
What?
Michael, I'm going to take you off mute one last time so that you can admit defeat and say goodbye. Because the question I asked you was, can you demonstrate that God is possible? And your response was to basically say no, but you did it by saying, if I could do that, you'd have to conclude I'm God. No, I can demonstrate things that are possible without being God. I can demonstrate that things are possible without being able to do it myself. You don't understand logic, you don't understand philosophy, you don't understand epistemology, and you don't even understand possibility. So, last chance, can you demonstrate that God is possible? Yes or no?
If God did not allow evil, could you demonstrate what he...
I'm sorry. I'm going to mute you again, and we're going to try this again. And whether you get to say more than one word depends on the one word you say. If you're going to act like a child, I'm going to treat you like a child. So here's the question. Yes or no, can you demonstrate that God is possible?
I feel like we haven't even had a conversation, Matt. I mean,
Goodbye.
Yep.
When I say yes or no, the reason we didn't have a conversation is because you suck at it.
Yeah.
The reason we didn't have a conversation is because at every opportunity when Durante and I were trying to move you in a direction where you said something that was cogent, comprehensible, or useful, you kept going back into God speak and your confusion. Go back and listen. You used incomplete sentences multiple times, left hanging there. And all we're saying is, I have no reason to think that God is even possible. Can you demonstrate that he is? Because your answer seems to be no, but you seem terrified of saying that. If you'd have just said no, you would have gotten to continue in the conversation. But if you're going to be dishonest and try to, oh, you're not letting me talk. Bullshit, you fucking liar. We did let you talk. We're just not going to let you blow the 8 and make claims that you don't defend. If God is possible, that's a good starting point to demonstrate then that God is a probable explanation for something. And then once you demonstrate that it's possible and probable, then we can figure out whether or not God is there. But if you can't demonstrate that God is possible, you know, on some level, that ends the entire discussion. If you don't even have a way to demonstrate that it's possible. If we came across, like, for example, when you were talking about Terminator.
Yeah.
Durante look
Is it
like
possible
CMA
to
cousin.
demonstrate that Kyle Reese is from the future?
Ooh. Oh,
Does John Connor have good evidentiary justification to believe that Kyle Reese is from the future? Probably not. But there are things that Kyle says that consistently demonstrate reliability, and the threat is demonstrably real. So it almost doesn't matter whether he's from the future. Can we demonstrate that time travel is possible? Well, there may be things that, the movie skips over that because it's not a philosophy.
Come on,
It's an action
somebody.
movie that's, just cool.
That is
But
atheist CMA.
if I were sitting there with Kyle and with John Connor, I wouldn't believe that he's from the future until I had good reason to believe that. I also would not believe he's definitely not from the future. That's impossible because I don't know that it's impossible.
Yeah.
And so I would be in a position where I would say, I don't know, but what can you do to try to demonstrate that you at least have knowledge of the future? Maybe he's never not from the future. Maybe he just sees the future. Maybe he's delusional, broke out of an insane asylum, but he accurately sees the future. When you have a phenomenon and you're trying to explain it, you have to make a list of candidate explanations. If we come across a dead body in the trunk of somebody's car, we can make a list of candidate explanations about who potentially did this or whatever else. At no point when we're listing the candidate explanations is, oh yeah, God did it. That doesn't get to get included. We also don't get to say, oh yeah, a ghost did it. Fairies did it. Time travelers did it. We don't get to consider those as candidate explanations until someone demonstrates that they are possible, plausible, and probable, and then they become candidate explanations. And Christians and Muslims and Jews and Scientologists and, well, maybe not them as much, but basically all the people who believe in gods, they want to skip all of that, all of the valuable demonstration of why this is a candidate explanation, and go right to, you don't get to rule it out. You don't get to rule God out. Yeah, but you don't get to rule him in. I'm not ruling God out. I'm saying until you rule him in, he has no weight. And until some God gives me 5 minutes of his time, he deserves none of mine.
Thank you for watching that clip. If you enjoyed it, perhaps you should join us. Join us. Join us.
Today on Uncovered.
They attacked me and bit my head off. You get out.
Shawty tried not to pay her bill and got her ass whooped. Shawty tried to pay her bill. Let's see what's going on. She already yelling.
I'm gonna call the police. She had grabbed her scissors. She's trying to fucking kill me in the shop, and I'm trying to tell her.
June 14th, 2024. A local nail salon in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. A woman has her phone confiscated after refusing to pay her bill. Within minutes, the confrontation turns physical. Hair is torn out, blood is spilled, and both are arrested.
She told me to come up here to get my phone, and she bit me. I did nothing. I went to get $100 out to give her for my phone. She attacked me and bit my head. I can't. She attacked me.
Do you need an ambulance?
Yes.
Okay.
You remember I told you this was her.
What's your name again?
Tierra Goins.
Okay.
I need an ambulance, and I'm suing her.
Have a
She
seat.
told me to bring
Have a seat.
$100.
Okay.
She bit my head, and she attacked me first, and I told you. She just bit my head. I need an ambulance.
They always suing. Ma'am, why if you going to get your nails done, you know you need money. Why in the fuck would she have to take your phone in order for you to go get her money? if you had every intent of paying. You had to leave and go get money because she took your phone. Had she not taken your phone, you just wasn't gonna pay. It sounds like she got what she deserved. Another case of she got what she deserved.
Can we get DMS out here for a bike
I
ride?
don't know what she said though. Did she say she got bit, hit, hand bit? I don't know what the hell she said. But she is laying. How you just go from standing up, hollering and shit to now you on the ground laying down? Just loud. She got them scissors. Shawty was gonna cut you by her $100. Shawty, you must have got the shellac.
Okay, sit down, sit down. What is your name again? To pull my hair. What is your name again?
Tierra.
Tierra. Okay, remember we talked on the phone.
Guess what? She messaged me. I got the message. And she got my phone in there. She got both of the phones, and I gave her $100 for it.
This person.
Tanisha Wigger. That's my boyfriend's mother. That's my boyfriend.
Tierra is high on something. I know I got the speed up at 1.3, but now Tierra is definitely high on something.
Daniel back ass mother. She called the animal control on me, police on me. She got history of it.
Here, have a seat, okay? Have a seat. We got the ambulance coming for you. Get your phone and have a seat.
I'm missing my other phone. It's in there. She got it. Both
Tierra,
of my
you need to
phones.
shut up right now and listen to me, okay?
I hear you.
Seriously, you yelling and screaming like this is not making anything better. We're trying to help you.
I hear you.
Okay? So have a
I hear
seat and we'll figure this out.
Damn.
Okay? We have
The
Tierra.
police had to finally say, shut
Okay,
the
where's
fuck
it at?
up.
Right here.
Yeah.
This bitch just bit me, and she told me to come up here and give her $100 for
Is
my
this your
phone.
car right here?
She bit me. Christine, I just fucked her up. She just bit me.
7625. I had a call here a while ago with Tanisha and Tierra.
Now. Okay. I'm at school. My school don't even know
I don't
this
need
happened.
anybody else coming here. I need you to talk to me about what happened, okay? So let's
She
go.
messaged me to come.
Okay, let's go stand in the shade because
Come
I'm going to
over
need
here,
all this info,
Yes,
okay?
you do. Yes, you do. She know what she did, and she called the police on me.
So this is all over the phone.
Yes, look,
Okay.
and this is how you're gonna know that I'm not lying. You told me to leave her alone, right?
Yeah.
I told you I don't want to fight her. I told her I did it. She started hitting me. She started hitting me.
How'd you end up here?
She said right here. I'm not arguing with you. Just come get this phone out my possession.
Is it okay if I read these?
Yes, I don't care.
Tierra,
This
stop
bitch just
yelling.
bit me, bro, and she got my phone.
Okay.
She just bit me and attacked me because I wanted my
Tierra,
phone.
when you can calm down, I will talk to you, okay? We have an
That's how
ambulance.
I do. That's how I do. So you gotta let me go through this.
I need to get some information from you, okay? So the sooner you can calm down.
You got attacked because you tried to not pay. You tried to, well, not dine and dash. You tried to get services and dash. You tried to be slick. And then the officer is saying, calm down. That's just what I do. So you can't change what you do for a minute. You trying to handle business. This how you handle business? Apparently you being bitten out of that ain't bothering you that damn much. You hollering and yelling and talking about this what I do. You just got to let me go through that. She said you just got to let me be me. This is the time I would have my hand on my taser. I would be alert just in case.
Hey,
Bit me and attacked me because I wanted my
Tierra,
phone.
when you can calm down, I will talk to you, okay? We have an
That's
ambulance.
how I do. That's how I do. So you gotta let me go through this.
I need to get some information from you, okay? So the sooner you can calm down, the sooner we can.
Come up here with $100. I'll go get the $100. Leave her.
Woo! This what I do. This what I do.
And I just tried to protect myself. I did nothing. She pulled my hair out. Everything. Look at the hair. She hit me. She split my fucking head. I be so nice. I get this money all the time. This is my boyfriend mother. My boyfriend mom. She been jealous of me for 3 years. Just bit me like a fucking wild animal, bro. You see her say, come get this phone out my
Yeah, I'm
possession.
trying to read these,
I'm gonna
okay?
quick trip, go get $100 on my car. I give her the money. She attacked me. You don't got to. I know. She a bad. She lying. She's a liar. She's a liar. My phone, please. My phone. I said, just give me my phone back. I don't with you. You don't like me. You got my phone. I told you, come get your phone. I'm at my shop. How else do you want it? I go get the money and I come here. She attacked me.
What are the rest of the texts?
Tanisha Wigger, she attacked me.
What else did she say on there?
She told me to come get my back. You're not even looking at my hand. Just
I'm looking at
attacked
your hand.
me.
We have EMS
It
coming through
burned,
your hand,
bro.
okay?
It
They're gonna
burned.
help you out with your hand.
Bro, Christine, I'm at this lady shop right here by Little Caesar. The attacked me because I gave her the money back for my phone. And she just set up your plate.
Man, she act like she got shot.
That's on y'all worker that I called.
Tierra, how do you spell your last name again?
Goines. But my other phone is in
She
there.
act like she
I
got
just
shot. It
got here.
burns.
Literally, then I went to Quick Trip to get her the $100 for my phone back. And then she just attacked me when I gave her the money. You can see the money on the floor. I just pulled out $100 at Quick Trip.
Again, why did you have to go to the Quick Trip to give her money to get your phones back? You knew you was going to the salon. Why the fuck didn't you have your payment with you? Y'all folk gonna start playing with these people about their money?
I'll go show you it right now. You know I'm not lying.
Went to Quick Trip and then came back?
I came here because she said, come get your phone. I'm at the shop. Come here to get my phone. She said, I need the $100. I said, okay, let me go to Quick Trip and give you the $100. We ain't even finna argue about that.
Yeah.
She get to argue with me, acting crazy. This hit me first while we walked out. She hit me.
So as you're walking
She's
out,
40 years old. I don't know her.
What did she say to you?
She said, this is my establishment business. They're not going to do this. They're not going to do it. She even have a record of her calling animal control on me. She does this.
Okay.
So when I finally give her the money.
What time did you initially get here?
I just got here.
No, like before. You said the first time when she said the $100.
And this just bit me.
Was she fine when you
She
first got
called
here?
animal control on her. What the hell is
I
this?
even tried to tell her, ma'am, I will handle this for her. She's lying. She's a fucking liar. She don't like me. She got both of my phones, y'all. Now she really got my real phone. Ray, this attacked me. She bit my head. Ray.
We don't need other people coming here, okay?
My sister
Not Ray.
She's not even here. She's in Chicago. She a whole meal.
Not Ray.
I don't care.
Okay.
Ray is a girl.
Her phone with $100. She was on the phone with me the
Must
whole
be a
time.
trainer.
Yeah, let's go in the ambulance.
Can I get both of my phones before I do that? My real phone is in there.
Your phone's okay.
She has them.
I think the priority is your hand right now, okay?
That bitch just attacked me. Hit my fucking hand like she's a wild animal, bro. I'm suing her. I'm suing her. She just hit me all out of control for my phone. And y'all see $100 all
Well,
there.
I got the speed up because I couldn't listen to her, and
I want to press charges.
We are. Got it.
I don't.
she not really talking that fast. I just got the speed on 1.3 because I can't listen to. They'll be talking too damn slow in regular time. And I can't deal with it. See, the female officer doesn't sound like she talking fast at all because she's not saying much. The other lady is just constantly talking, and she's hyped because she just got to fighting or whatever. So the adrenaline is rushing.
I didn't even know her. I didn't even touch her. She
Sierra,
just bit my
Sierra,
hand.
get in there, okay?
Sun Prayer was saying white as hell.
Please, bro, this shit burn and it hurt. This shit burn and it hurt.
Okay.
She got the hot water picture. She tried to throw it on me. She tried to get the
You
scissors.
got rabies.
While they're looking at your hand, okay, I want you to
She
take
got
some
rabies.
Please, this just bit my fucking head, bro, for no reason. And I've been called y'all for help.
Sierra,
And y'all didn't even
in
listen
order
to me.
for you to for us to prosecute her and to press charges against her, I need information from you. But you
They
yelling and
can't.
screaming at me isn't
They
going to
listen.
allow me to. I understand that, but you have to control yourself right
I'm
now.
not trying to yell at you.
Right now, how you are, perfect. Remain like this.
I'm hurt.
I know you are.
That's my mother.
But I'm trying to help you, Tiara. I'm trying to help you, and you're not listening.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So when you got back,
When I got back with the $100,
okay.
she said, "Count it." I'm not gonna. I said, "Give
Did
me
she
that
say
phone.
her
We're gonna do
mama
it at the
did
same
that
time. It's
too?
$100."
Yeah.
The friend, she kept making a excuse. No, this is my phone. You get out, get out. I'm not gonna do that. You get out. I'm gonna beat your ass outside. Come on. I said, Tanisha, I just want my phone back. That's my money. I gave her the $100. She just attacked me by the lady that got the orange chair by her shop. She attacked me, grabbed my hair, put me to the floor, bit my head, and I couldn't do nothing.
So this was all in the lobby area?
Yes, in the lobby by my phone.
Okay. All right. So she's saying she texts her, which she did text her, say, come get your phone. I'm at the shop. She said she gets here. She said they had figured out instead of apparently, because I had a civil case with these guys about a phone a while ago, and I said, it's nothing that we're going to deal with. You can take her for court because she's saying she was paying for it or whatever. So Tanisha says, come get your phone. I'm at the shop. She gets here. She said, just pay me the $100. Tiara goes to Quick Trip. She gets $100 out. She comes back. Tanisha's like, no, you need to count that money. And Tiara's like, why don't we just exchange at the
This
same
better
time?
not be mama and daughter.
So then she said she gives her the $100. And then Tanisha's like, I'm not giving you my fucking phone. And bitch, I'm going to fight you. And she's like, go outside. So then she grabs her hair, pulls her to the ground, and then she bit her in the hand.
Why she give me the phone? So she wouldn't have it.
Excuse me? You talk to the client?
Yeah.
Okay. What's she saying?
She's saying that her girl came in and asked for the phone. T, Silas was like, okay, give me $100 and give you a phone.
I didn't even
So
feel it.
your girl went to the car or whatever, got some money, came back, and they were arguing who was going to get who what first. And then at some point, she was going to get T the money. She was like, you know what, I'm not doing business with you here.
Who said that?
T. So
Okay.
she let you leave. So I was like, escort her out. And then my client said that she just hears rumble. She didn't hear how it started. She didn't see how it started, but she just hears rumble when she comes out. She sees T on the ground. The girl was over her, and the police all these hair is swinging. And she tried to separate them. Got them to separate. And the other girl was like, I'm going to go call my brother and sister. No, I'm going to call my brother and sister right now. Yeah, that's right. And then she was saying that she was yelling out, screaming that she didn't. Client didn't see if she got bitter. She didn't see
She got
no
pretty
light.
nasty by her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She told me her transaction, came back with $100. She went to go give it to her. Tanisha's like, you need to count that money in front of me. And Tiara's like, why don't we just exchange the phone and the money at the same time? And then Tanisha was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to keep my phone. And then she's like, I'm going to fight you, go outside. And then she came out in the lobby area. They both did. And then she said that Tanisha grabbed her hair, pulled her wig out, and then bit her in the hand. She's got a nasty bite on her. She probably might need stitches. This is a mess. I was talking to one more witness. Tanisha is doing someone's hair. Everything pretty much matches up.
Still working on it.
She's saying that you have it.
No, I don't
So
got
one more question, Tiara. When you came back,
You see this? Do you see? me up.
When you came back, I just want to clarify a couple things, okay? When you came back with the money, and
Yes.
you were doing the
I was giving her the 100. I said,
okay,
here,
when,
I'm gonna do it
when
at the same time.
she said,
You get out. I'm gonna call the police because you're not gonna do this to me. I said, you just told me to come give you the $100.
how did she get the black and blue eye?
Who?
Tanisha.
I don't know. Just me up and bit my head, attack me, and she had the hot water, and she had the knife, and then the lady
Where
with
did
the
this knife
orange.
come in? You didn't.
I mean, she had the scissors. She had grabbed her scissors. She's trying to fucking kill me in the shop, and I'm trying to tell her. Ask the lady with the orange hair. The
Okay.
orange hair
Yep,
lady.
they're
That
talking to her right now.
they
Okay.
will tell you. The lady, I went to go get her the money. I give her everything. Just attack me
Kiara,
first.
at any point did you hit her in the face with phone?
No, I had both of my phones in my hand calling the police. I was on the phone with the police, and she attacked me, and she bit my head.
Before that, though.
No, I didn't touch her.
At any point were you on top of her?
No, she me up. She bit my hand. I'm
understand
trying to grab her. She got my hand up there. Help! Smash my head to the wall.
What are you talking about the hot water? What happened with that?
She grabbed hot water, trying to act like she was gonna throw it at me. All type of dumb shit. Grabbed her scissors. She's Jamaican, so they fight like that. They get stupid. That's why she just bit my head.
What did she do with the scissors?
She was acting like she had them. She walked out with them, like she was finna fight me with the scissors. She knew I came by myself. She attacked me
Did
purposely.
she have the scissors in her hand at all?
Yes, ma'am. I would not lie. Just don't like
And
me.
what did she do with the scissors in her hand?
Threatening me
Well, show me
to
what that-
fight me.
show me what that is.
Threatening me with it. Get back. Threatening me. I'm gonna call. Since she give me the stuff. You see the $100 laying down there, don't you? You see the $100.
funny, huh?
I gave her the money. She still attacked me. I didn't hear her. She hit me first.
So you're saying that she threw water on you, or she just
Bro,
had
you
water?
see my head, right? You see my head, right?
Did she throw water on you, or did she just have
Acting like she was. Yeah, she had it.
Man, she constantly adding shit into the story. Lady done had hot water, a razor blades, some jerk chicken, some oxtails. It's just everything. She Jamaican. You play with it. And then this is an ongoing thing because the lady said they've had a domestic about a phone once before. Why the fuck you keep taking your ass up there?
Acting like she's finna throw the water. I really don't even know when I blank out when shit happened.
So she
I just
didn't
know.
actually throw water on you? She just had it acting like she was...
Yes, but she had that knife, that silver and black knife. But no, she does got my phone. She has my black and blue phone because guess what? It's not answering. It's not answering. It's in that shop. It's not
Where did you last
answering.
see it?
In the shop, I was calling the police when she bit my head.
I got that.
I called the police.
Yeah.
She's on top of me, get me out, pull my hair out. I did nothing. And you know that show. I just went to go get her the money.
I understand that.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a freaking
I'm just trying to
Christian.
clarify
I don't
things. Okay.
fight.
When-
Only bad sins I did was tattoo myself.
Here's your phone.
That's just mine. But she got my other one, Miss Show, because it's not ringing and it's not in my car. And you can check my car. I don't have my other phone. I was in there calling the police. So I don't know if it's somewhere in the lobby or if it's in the lady with the orange hair that's in her shop.
Okay.
But my phone is in there, Miss Show. My phone is in there. My real phone is in there.
Okay.
Miss Show, I get her the money and everything. Something told me to call the police before I even come up here to show y'all the messages. But I didn't think she would get down on me like that. And actually me up and bite me. Are you serious? I'm pressing charge on this
Is it okay if I take photos of those messages?
Yes, I would send them to you. Yes, ma'am. I would never lie about this. Look at my hair.
Yeah, I know.
Look at the hair.
I'm going to go grab my phone to take pictures. Is that okay? All right.
It shows my hand. What am I doing about my hand?
Why don't you pick your wig up, okay? Are you going to go to the hospital with the ambulance?
Yes, that's what it takes me. But I don't want my car in her possession because she would do something to my shit.
Why
And I want a restraining order because she know where I stay at.
We don't do restraining orders. Civil process.
She know where
Let's
I
go
stay.
sit in the ambulance, okay? It's nice and cool in there. We'll get everything figured out, okay?
Yes.
Let's go sit in the
Miss
ambulance.
Can I
here.
see if my other phone is in it? Because I don't
Yep.
have it. She has it. This is about the only thing I have. Then she threw my
Why
glasses
she
up
crying
on
now?
the glass. This is her. I don't know how this get. I had this. This is her. Here goes some of my money that I was giving
It's
her.
like, ain't
I
one
don't
to
know.
her
Miss Schultz,
feel.
my phone is not in here. She has it. Miss Schultz, my phone is in there. Like I said, I don't know if it was where she is. I know where she attacked me at. My phone was there because I called the police when she attacked me.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I called the police. She's 40 years old.
Kiara, why don't we go in the ambulance and sit? Because it's hot out here. I don't want you to get even more worked up, okay? And then that way that you can get transported to the hospital, okay?
What about my car? I don't want it in her lot. My auntie stayed down the street. What?
Okay.
I don't
If we
want
can
my
try and figure out maybe someone coming to pick it up for you, that'd be good too,
Is-
okay? Do you need your purse?
I don't have no
We found it.
Thank you guys so much.
It was under a couch.
Yeah, see, that's what she fucking did. Look, I called the police. She attacked me.
Yeah.
108. That's what I called the police.
Okay.
And then what I don't like about everybody in that shop, you
was
see me,
under
the
a
lady
couch.
goes, help me, I'm bleeding, help me, bitch. She closed the door on me. Now, what if that
I'm
crazy
gonna grab my phone to take some pictures
what
of
if
that.
that crazy bitch
Why don't we go sit in the ambulance and then I'll take a photo of those messages, okay?
contracted and nothing came with get my stuff. So something told you, I told you, I don't want to go up there because I know you were fighting. She's stupid. She's Jamaican. They stupid. Where they come from, they don't have a brain. They don't care about
All right,
fighting.
why don't we
and
go
shit.
back in here, okay?
That's why her son stay in jail. That's stupid ass too. I can't wait to tell.
Well, that's really
Can
I see that
racist.
phone with those messages?
Yes, ma'am. I do so much for this bitch. Pick up her other
Whoa.
kid. I help this bitch out with so much shit when I give out tax money. Everything. This is just a weird bitch. Now that she don't like me, I ask for my phone back. So now That's a whole big problem.
Not seeing the phone, but we found one phone underneath it.
Yeah, it might be around here.
Because she's still out there and I don't want you to throw it down again.
The police is there.
No, we're
No.
not. Literally no police out there. There's no police outside. So I need you to step back.
I'm not going to fight the beach.
I need my phone.
I need you to step back in for a moment.
I need my phone. I need to call my other client, please, so I can
But
get
you
another
just,
that I'm
you just
running.
need a second. And let me make sure it's okay outside. That's what I'm asking. I don't want to fight. Okay? Thank you.
I'm not the aggressor, so I'm not
I'm
going
not
to
telling you
fight.
that.
I promise you that. I know to control myself. Promise you. Oh, Jesus, the worst.
Just stay in here. Tanisha, stay in here.
My business, they're going to get me.
Huh? Why do you have a hard time listening or what?
I wonder why I can't come outside my business.
Tanisha said, you don't know what Tanisha said.
To go inside.
Why?
Because.
Tanisha snatched the ball spot in her head because she tried to play with Tanisha's budget. You do not play with Tanisha's money, no.
You just don't want to listen. Is that it? Because you got a problem or what? Is that it?
I got a serious
I understand you're upset, but you still can't just not listen to us because you're upset about the situation. I get it. I get you're pissed off. You guys got whatever you guys got going on. I
I don't
understand
have
that.
anything going on with nobody. I'm upset that I'm running a business and people coming to my business place, creating a scene, and that is unacceptable. Because of this, I can lose my suite.
Hold on one second.
And this is where I make my money to pay my bills. And I need my phone to call my other clients.
Okay. As of right now, we don't know where that phone is.
She come up. All right, let me go and confront her then about my phone.
Well, no,
You
that's
wanna
not gonna
talk
happen.
about it. That's my business number. I don't have any. I just give her.
Let me go confront her about my phone.
I'm sorry. That's my phone.
Tanisha want all the smoke.
Go wrong there if you are not going to do something about it. Because I'm
Well, no.
Wait, no, none of you are not going to touch me.
Well, then listen to what we're saying. You have a hard time listening. We're giving you simple instructions to not go over there.
And I'm telling you, I need my phone. So
I understand
my
that,
other clients.
but we're not going to
I'm
allow you to
already
go
running
over there to
behind.
continue to fight with her.
So,
Like, come on.
I'm confident. How am I going to get my phone? Can you tell me how I'm going to get my phone?
Right now, that's not our biggest concern. Our concern is
Oh,
figuring
really?
out what's going on with you two. Yes.
That's not your biggest concern. My phone.
No,
that
I'm not saying it's not a concern.
She comes to my business place. What are you talking about?
You told her to come here.
Are you going to say I told her to come
All
here?
right, go ahead and turn around, Tanisha. Put your
No,
hands behind
hold
your
on.
back.
Are you going to say I tell her to come here? How comes I told her to come
Well,
here?
there's text
You're gonna be
messages.
placed under arrest. Yes, I told her to come here. Yes, you both are going to be
They
arrested.
seen the messages, Jamaica.
Yep, you both are getting arrested today for battery and disorderly conduct. All right, like both. Can you tell my client?
Both of them are getting
Take care of that for
arrested.
you, okay?
Oh no, oh no.
We'll close it for you.
We'll ensure that your business gets closed. And can I get my keys?
Yep. Where's your keys at? Where are your keys?
It's in there to close my door.
Oh
Wait, where
no.
want to search here?
Not
Well, you
I
don't need to
go
be in a
to jail
program.
too.
Here you want to search?
You don't have anything on you?
Yes,
Now
I'm
you
a gun and
understand your
Wait,
other client.
I'm not being difficult.
You are. You're being immature. All right, what squad car are we
All
going?
right, so hold on, just a minute before I walk away.
No, we're
I'm not
going.
resisting you. Can
Okay.
I get my keys?
We're gonna get all that for you.
Okay, and tell my client that you can just turn off the lights for me in there and just pin the lock on the door. Am I going to get it in my position? Yep. Okay.
We'll get it for you.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Because you all think so. I'm scared of something.
Just face that way for me.
Face what?
Just put your face that way. Thank you.
And can I get my key? I'm going to get my keys to come with.
We'll put it all in a bag for you for your property, okay? It'll be in his car for
My
you.
handbag is in there also too.
Okay.
I tell her my Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton handbag? Okay. Is it the only one in there?
Yeah, that's my only
She
one.
What color is it?
she got fresh blood on her teeth.
We're gonna handcuff you here just so we don't have to walk up there. Have you turn around, put your back your hands touch for me.
I'm not sure. Did I get my debit card out the thing?
You got your license.
We'll let you do that.
Make sure that I did. I'm sorry, because I forget shit.
I think you grabbed your license out, but I don't know if you grabbed your debit card out.
Yeah, this is the only thing you took out.
Unfortunately, I do have to search you again just before I pick up the card. All
Nothing going on.
right, stand right here.
Are you doing something?
I am. I'm getting trained.
I could tell. But that's good. Though. You doing your job.
I appreciate you making this detail. You want to take up
All that crying and yelling, and I ain't do nothing to her. Only to go to jail. Yeah, because remember the police officer kept asking, did you hit her? How she get the black eye? Were you ever on top of her? They was in that whole fight. They were jacking.
It's a super short drive.
I'm gonna buckle you. I'm trying not to get by your hand, okay?
You wipe my eyes.
Yeah, which one? I got you. Ready? How can you tell I'm new? Am I doing bad?
No, I can. You know.
On a Wednesday afternoon, police were called about a domestic dispute. Here's body cam video of what happened when officers arrived.
So what happened when you got here?
I got out. He opened my car door, started snatching stuff, getting his shoes.
Getting the child shoes?
Yes.
Okay. And that's it?
Then he snapped. He snapped my finger. It's a little swollen, I guess. But he tried to snatch the shoe, and I pushed him because he always puts his hands on me, and then he calls the police on me. So
Okay. Okay. I just have to ask you some further questions. So let me just read your rights. Doesn't mean you're going to jail.
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can. and
Hey,
will be used
she
against you
sound
under
like
law.
the
You have the right
white
to talk to a lawyer,
officer
him or her
from the
present to
last
evaluate any
jet.
question. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you? Yes. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you punch him in the head?
No.
No? You didn't punch him at all?
No.
Okay. You pushed him.
Yes.
Okay.
He told the police this earlier that I hit him.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about now. What happened now?
I didn't hit him.
But you pushed him now?
Yeah, he bit my finger.
So I
How
pushed
did
him
he
to get
bend?
my finger out of the. He tried to snatch the shoe from me. That's what happened.
So the shoes are in the car, or were they in your hand?
They were in my hands. He tried to snatch the shoe from me and bent my finger, and I pushed him. And then Then I called the police because I don't want to fight. I really don't.
Well, why did you have the shoes in your hand?
My mom told me to bring my son his shoes.
So you're here to bring the shoes, and he
Yes,
took
ma'am.
the shoes from you.
He tried to snatch them out my hand.
What do you mean he
Really
tried
hard.
to?
Like, you know how you're holding a shoe and then somebody grabbed the shoe and then tried to try to not tussle with you, but I don't know what he was trying to do. But he
He
bit
was
my
trying
finger.
to grab the shoe, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I could have gave it to him. He does not have to touch me. He doesn't have to touch me. He doesn't have to touch me. I was gonna give him the shoe.
And then
Thanks, man.
let's see.
He just squeezed it. It hurts.
So you squeezed it when you were trying to grab your shoe.
That
Oh,
hurt
she
me, so
one
I
of them
pushed him. I did not punch him in
toxic
the head.
baby
Anything.
mamas.
He had my son in his hand.
Okay. Do you need rescue or anything? Let me
No.
see.
No.
Let me see your other finger.
He just squeezed it really hard when he snatched the shoe out of my hand. I didn't punch him.
All right. Let's hang out.
Have you spoke to your mom in regards to doing all this before, or did she recommend you do this, or?
She told me to bring the shoes.
Okay.
But now she's saying that she's gonna bring my other son to him, so I can't get him either.
Okay. Why would she want to do that? Okay. Do you have a good relationship with your mom? Somewhat, kind of. Okay. How long you been living with her for?
I don't stay with her. I just go visit.
Oh, I got you. Okay. You live by yourself then?
Stay with my aunt.
Your aunt? Okay. Have you spoke to your aunt about all this, or?
I haven't been there all day.
Oh, I got you. You got a good relationship with her, though? Okay. Yeah, maybe you can sit down with her. Maybe you guys can go together and figure this out. Because obviously, I mean, this is, us getting involved all the time. And, obviously you probably don't want that. And obviously we want to do what's best for the children. So, getting those papers in place really makes it easier for us to do stuff too. So if this ever does come down the line, at least you have court documents in place that we can actually enforce things. Is your other child a boy or girl?
There's the boy.
You got two boys? How old are you?
2 and 4.
2 and 4?
Do you have your ID on you?
I got her information.
Let me see it.
Choreo ordinance. Hey, Hutch, I'm gonna hold this corner.
What's your mom's name? Huh? Bro. Okay. Why is she saying you hurt your finger the other night from some incident with some girls?
I did hurt my finger the other night. He didn't because he squeezed it.
Okay, so it's already been injured from that, and when he grabbed. Okay.
He didn't injure it, but he squeezed it on purpose. He moved my finger and stuff like that.
Okay. Here, step out for a second. Do you have your ID on you?
I do.
Step out for a second.
All right, go ahead and face away from us real quick.
Put your hands together.
Why am I going to jail?
Put your hands together. Don't resist. Don't
Why
resist.
am I going to jail?
Because you pushed him.
What?
Yes.
Don't.
You admitted to pushing him, correct? You can't touch him.
He touched me first.
Okay, turn around.
Don't
Hey,
touch.
Seriously? Okay.
Guys, I'm not going to get. I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Get off of me! Get off of me! Get off of me!
Stop. 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 I got it. Don't. Stop.
Well, that backfired badly.
Stop. Stop.
Get off of me!
Stop.
Get off of me!
You want to test the charge?
I'm not going to.
You are.
Get off of me! Get off of me!
Stop. Get off. Stop.
Get off of me!
Come on.
Get off of me!
Come on, sir.
That's what I'm trying to get her.
Get off of me! You know?
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on.
She is screeching like a banshee.
You want to put her down?
Get off of me!
Yeah, I got her.
Get off of me!
I bet you wish you had just gave them shoes over there.
What?
Calm down.
She stopped. How did she stop crying? Like, did y'all see how she stopped crying to say what? What the fuck? She stopped crying quick as a motherfucker. What?
I'm trying to hit them. I want to get off of me.
Hey, you gotta calm down. Calm down. She's coming to get you. You gotta calm down. Man. All right, stand up. Come on. Man, do you have anything on you? Come on, stand up. Stand up. Stop. Stand up. Stand up.
This dude crazy.
Come on, stand up.
Man, this little ass charge.
Get off of me.
She doing all this for this little ass charge though. You gonna have to sit there for about 12 to 24 hours. But you gonna be IOR, $100 bond. This is ridiculous.
She can't even hear you.
Oh, some shoes.
I'll have to ask if she wants to. If she doesn't, it says no.
He snatched the shoes. Is that the baby daddy?
When
the
start people when I close the door, I think the car's drunk. Yeah, you gotta take the keys out. It's not drunk.
No, that ain't the baby daddy.
I don't think it's
Is it the baby daddy? He an old
I can ask
player.
her, but if she doesn't,
This is bullshit, man. Man, look, she beating on the damn women and stuff, man. She inside the car.
How this nigga didn't know if the car was on?
You guys have work. All right, you can do that, okay? No need to walk hard. Do that, all right?
do you want to keep your keys or do you want to leave them here so your mom can get them?
And she's still yelling.
Which one do you want to do?
Help me! Help me! Help me!
I can't. She's not responding, and I'm not.
Is the door locked? Can you make sure
It's locked.
All right. So the car locked up, the windows up. She's not answering them about the keys.
Help me, please! Please help me!
Stop! Leave me alone! Let me out! Let me out!
They're gonna let you out when you get to the holding cell. Why does she sound like a siren? What the fuck? Man, I would be slamming on the brakes to make her forehead hit the back of the car, the partition. What the fuck? Why? You better stop all that crying before you get to jail. You ain't no crying in jail. Oh shit! Oh shit! Get the taser! Get the taser! Get the taser! Oh shit! They finna get the taser.
She keeps kicking. Huh? Wait, want to try hubble?
Oh my niggas! My nigga, he said, "You want a sprayer?" She keep kicking. You want a sprayer? I've been itching to use this pepper spray all month. Just give me the word. What you want to do? I suggest taser. He was like, "Let's just go and burn him."
She keeps kicking. Huh? Wait, want to try hubble?
But if you spray her, she can't get back in the car for about 15, 20 minutes.
You need to chill out. Are you gonna calm down or no?
Spray her.
Hey, listen to me right now. If you keep kicking her car, I'm going to pepper spray you. You need to calm down.
Are you done? Or are we good to go to the station?
Kick one more time. Kick one more goddamn time.
Hey, listen to me. You need to calm down.
Oh, he got the spray out. He finna shoot that shit through the holes.
Are you gonna be cool? Yeah, what's going on? I'm gonna take you to the
She's
station.
kicking. She's gonna break the window.
All right.
Well, if she break the window, she just get another shot. Ah, it ain't your goddamn window.
I'll give her that. She doesn't think very well. I'd rather go to the station. Not have her be outside the street.
We do.
I'd rather wait at the station.
She's kicking. Like the door's coming out. Like she's gonna kick the window. All right, let's just try to get up there again quickly.
Sorry, thank you.
Oh, he sprayed it. He sprayed. Now she really finna holler. If she was hollering before, she really finna holler.
Charlie. Go back and route to the station.
She's still hollering. What the fuck? She's still hollering. And she grown with kids. I thought he sprayed something in there, but if he did, she wouldn't still be doing this. She would be choking. This is crazy. Whoever put this body cam footage together ain't shit for letting us hear her cry for 17 minutes. And you gotta take your charge like a G. And your finger bent. Her finger got bent, she said. Man, I would have been cut the radio up. Officer trying to get there fast as a motherfucker. Criminal mischief? What was the criminal mischief for? She's still hollering. All right, I'm gonna do one more and go to bed, but I got a whole playlist of these jets. So I'll be back in the morning.
In this episode of Cop Cam Max, two girlfriends set out on a drive of over 80 miles after a night of drinking. They didn't make it far.
She wouldn't
Police arrived to
cooperate
investigate
or
how their
get
car ended up
dressed.
in a ditch, kicking off a day that the cops and hospital staff will never forget.
Step out of the car. Step away from the car right now. Not an option. Step away from the car. Come on. Let's go. Step away from the car. Come over here. I need these guys to check you out real quick. Where are you injured?
They should know, right? They asked me, right?
Okay. All right, let's go. Come on. Come up here. Excuse me?
Excuse me.
Are you saying no?
I am a.
We can go straight to jail, or we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Need my shoes.
Yeah, we're not gonna mess with those right now.
You know what? No, I need my shoes.
Okay.
So give me a moment so I can get my shoes.
You don't get the moment. Not anymore. Let's go. Come on.
Wow.
Come on, ma'am.
What's your name?
I'll give you everything you need. Let's go. Come on.
What's your name?
We'll give you everything you need to have.
I am
You can call and complain. You can do anything you want. I'll give you everything you need to do that. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. I need you to go over here and be checked out by these guys so I can check your injuries, and then we can move on.
I will sit here.
Go right over here so you can be checked on.
Get my.
No, we're not doing that anymore.
No.
We will get that in a minute. Right now, you're walking over here. Not an option. Are we clear? Let's go.
No, are you clear?
Ma'am, please don't do this the hard way. We're not going to do this. I can either put handcuffs on you and we just go straight to jail, or we can do this the easy way and you can get checked out by these guys and we can.
You know what?
We can go that way.
A hospital check me out than these guys.
What? That's what.
And that's my right, and you cannot deny my right.
Okay. All right. Come on over here.
Understand what I'm saying?
Come on over here and sit down. Ma'am, get out of the car.
I'm not in the car.
Step up here so these guys can check on you.
Go ahead, check on me.
Let's go. Step up here. Come on.
I need my fucking shoes because I'm black.
I will get them.
Illnesses.
Walk 5 feet. Walk 5 feet. I will get your sheet.
You can tell me what to fucking do. You don't understand.
All right.
Be empathetic.
I'm aware.
You're not fucking aware. You don't know.
We're going to do this the hard way.
We're not doing it the hard way.
She got to be drunk. I don't think she's naked. I think her titties is just out. She got on a revealing outfit. The titties might be popping out because you could see in the last frame she looked like she was trying to tuck them in, and she had her purse in front of her. But she clearly got to be drunk. Empathetic, man. You on the side like you motherfucker. We don't have empathy for drunk drivers.
We are.
I just need my shoes.
Ma'am,
all I'm asking.
I'm going to give you 3 seconds to walk up here and get checked out by these guys, or we're just going to do it the hard way.
So you know what?
There we go.
That's fine.
Come on.
Oh, shit.
Come on. Let's go.
Do not touch me.
Ma'am, you don't want to do this.
No.
Not this way.
Sir.
The deputy right here has your phone.
No,
let's go.
it's not.
Come on.
She does. Who?
The deputy right in front of you. Let's go.
Give me my phone. I would not
Sit down.
just putting your hands on you.
Let's go.
Give me my
Come
phone.
on.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Ma'am, we don't.
You understand?
We don't
Do
want to
not
do this.
touch me.
Then sit down.
No.
Sit down.
Yeah,
I do.
Candace,
I'm afraid right now.
She's just a big titty woman.
And I'm not
Candace.
feeling safe. I'm not feeling safe.
Sit down. Sit down.
I need my phone. If I give it to you, will you sit down? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And I do not want to be restrained.
Careful, careful, careful.
We're just trying to make sure you don't fall.
Can you scoot back here?
No, check me out right where I'm in.
Well, you're going to tip the stretcher over, sitting on the edge of it like that.
That's what happens when you got a fat ass, huh?
You got to
Check me out right where I am. She's an old, sassy old bitch.
slide back.
No, I don't feel safe.
Ma'am, everybody here is trying to help you. You're making this difficult for yourself.
I don't know that.
Can you be a little more cooperative with me and kind of explain to me what's going on?
Danielle was driving.
Yeah.
And she was
What in the precious is going on here? Ooh. Ooh, she's a biggin. Look at her, y'all. Look, she got a fade. Her face is rotund. Her arms is rotund. She probably can cook her ass off. She got the cankles. She got on a. Is that a sundress? Maybe that's a moon dress.
together.
A little.
We left a party, and I tried to explain to her that we should wait before we drive, but she wanted to leave.
Okay.
She was loyal, I forget it.
Okay.
And as she was driving, obviously she was not able to drive. She crashed my car. Your friend did? You know, are you okay?
Ma'am, just do me a favor. Just sit down there. They're going to take care of her.
I just hear her crying.
Listen.
Okay.
She's super upset. Listen. She's super upset. She's super uncooperative. Please don't do what she's doing right now.
Okay. No.
They're
Hey man, this rotund woman right here just said they left a party. What kind of party did she wear that to? You went to a party like this? Look how she's standing. like the world heavyweight champion. Like she about to go fight Seth Rollins. Look at this. What the fuck?
Super upset. Listen, she's super upset. She's super uncooperative. Please don't do what she's doing right now.
Okay, no.
They're trying to take care of you. They're trying to help you out. Just do me a favor. Go up there and just sit down for a minute so you don't fall.
Okay, no, I'm fine. He's in the driver's side of the car the entire time that I saw him.
Okay.
All right.
I wouldn't let them get together because they start yelling at each other in the wall.
Yeah, he starts swatting at each other.
Okay.
I'm right here.
And this bitch laying down on her stomach on the gurney. And she done peed. This lady done pissed. I'm talking about some social compassion. No, you could have killed people, ma'am. No. Look how she stressed out on that motherfucking stretcher.
Oh. All right.
You're gonna feel some bumps, Danielle. We're just gonna get you in the ambulance to check you out.
The firefighters struggling and shit.
Back to
You just sit there and piss. What? You can't make it up.
Calm down. Oh no, calm back.
Holy crap, man.
You come back out this way. Hey, ma'am.
No, she's got the bag.
Danielle!
Hey, come on now. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what I want you to do. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You all right? Here. Obviously, you guys are like vinegar and water right now.
Yeah.
But are you guys just friends?
That's my girlfriend.
Okay, so you guys are in a relationship.
Dun, dun, dun. That is an ugly ass couple. I'm gonna be the first one to say it. That's an ugly couple. That's your girlfriend. Ew. Look at that. Look. Ew. She look like she smell like pork rinds and Vaseline. Her hair dry. Oh, goodness gracious.
Are you guys fighting tonight?
We're not. It's just that she's drunk. So
That's the way she acts when she's drunk?
I hate to say it, but yeah. Okay. Unfortunately. So she wanted to drive. I told her, I said, babe, listen, let me drive because you're drunk. She said, no, I'm gonna drive. So
Maybe you've had quite a bit too.
Yeah, I had quite a bit. But I've had less than her, obviously.
Okay.
But she's drunk a lot more than me.
Okay.
So she drove, she went the car, and now she's very hysterical.
Do you have money for a hotel?
Wait. So you did go to the party looking funky. You went to somebody's function like this with your girlfriend. She was trying to, this ain't cute at all. This ensemble just is not, you ain't got on no bra, you probably ain't got on no panties, and you just went to somebody, you ain't tried to put no water, heat, activator, or nothing to your hair, no oil sheen or nothing. You just rolled out of bed and went to the party and got drunk, huh?
I don't have a cell phone.
I know. We're going to figure that out.
I don't know any numbers. I can't call my parents.
I'm going to try to get you taken care
I can't call my baby daddy. I can't call my husband or nothing.
of. Okay. All right. Give me just a second, okay?
Okay.
Wait. This bitch got a husband and a baby daddy? How, Sway? How? She got a husband, a baby daddy, and a girlfriend.
Of course. Why wouldn't she be suspended?
Now, who's driving?
Her.
Okay, because she's saying the friend was.
Well, she's saying she was driving, and it's her car, so Guess who was driving? DUS and OVI. Problem is I gotta have blood. Now it's gonna be a fun fight down there for them.
Yep. Just take me to Cincinnati?
No.
Like, do you take me home?
No, I can't take you to Cincinnati.
You taking me home?
That's in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't even know. I'm sorry.
As the officer predicted, the woman's behavior did not improve at the hospital. She berated the staff, declared the hospital gown ugly, and chose to remain proudly nude instead of putting it on.
So get the f out of my face and leave me alone.
Then do it right now. Now.
Get out of my face. And stop intimidating me.
Now.
Stop intimidating
On me.
Get out. You ain't controlling shit.
I don't think that's advised. Clear, thank you.
Goodbye. Have a nice day. Go home to your wife and your children
I'm gonna go.
and leave me the f alone. Get the f out.
Do you guys just need to get vitals?
Antagonizing me.
Do you guys just need to get vitals, or what do you? We got
Got vitals. The doctor
just need to go.
We can give her some drugs before we go.
No, we're not gonna do it.
Allowing
All right.
anything.
All right, listen. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna turn around, put your hands on your back.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You are. Let's go. Come on. Turn around.
I want them to help me.
Turn around. Give me your hand.
No.
Yes.
You're gonna get tased.
Why are you trying to tase me when I want medical help?
Calmly put your hands on your back.
Sir, leave me alone.
No.
Okay.
Put your hands on your back.
Stop. No.
And that's the doctor. Do not touch her.
Do you want us to help you?
I want you to help me and I want you to leave me alone.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
Look at me a minute.
Leave me alone.
Dear.
You are antagonizing the situation and you don't understand.
Okay.
If it was your child or your daughter, you would not be in this situation right now.
We're going to give you another chance.
Leave me alone. Let them leave. Leave.
Okay. And nurses.
Okay, so I was in a car accident. That was not my fault.
Hi there. Okay. How you doing? Here's what we're gonna do. Okay. Listen, your girlfriend's not being cooperative at all. Okay. I don't want you anywhere near her because of what I saw back at the scene. So go ahead and step out because your girlfriend's gonna go to jail tonight.
Oh.
That's just how it's gonna have to be. All right.
I'm doing too good in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll figure it. Making it.
Yeah.
But not the other one.
I have her driver's license number. What's her name again?
Danielle.
Danielle. Okay.
She was going to jail anyway because she crashed the car drunk.
I'm just waiting on that one.
Listen, I appreciate you being cooperative. I know I know you guys are intoxicated. I know, but I appreciate you being cooperative.
Jeez, way worse.
So here's what I'm gonna have you. Come here. Here.
Oh, I'm fine. You want to sit
Do me a favor. Just sit on the curb right here for a second.
I want you to fall down. No, I don't want to fall. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure she's not that. Okay, she's being belligerent. Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna have you put this back in your purse.
Our election is.
Here, I'm gonna have you put this back in your purse. You dropped that.
Oh.
I don't know what it is. Take her up to right now.
Cincinnati?
You ain't going to Cincinnati.
I told you that. I know. That's it. I can get there.
I'm gonna get the phone off of her. She's gonna get tased or fault. It's gonna get bad.
Yeah.
So
We're breaking up right after this is over.
we'll do that. I'm gonna try to get her phone for her to use, but it's gonna be a fight here. So I'm gonna get the phone so you just take her so you guys don't have to mess with any of this mess. I checked her purse. It had chocolate in the basics. There was nothing crazy in it, so I let her hold it. Apparently there was chocolate in there. Now it's all over the back of my cruiser, along with her urine.
So why am I under arrest?
For OVI and obstructing.
Where's the proof? Did you breathalyze me? Because I can do a breathalyzer right now. Do a breathalyzer. No. You're not going to arrest me under an OVI without proof.
I need you to step.
No.
Ma'am, step out here.
Get me really ill staff.
Ma'am, I don't want to do this.
You do.
We don't want to
You do.
physical.
And I don't want you to get physical at all.
Right. So step out here. Come on.
No.
Come on. You've been cooperative with her, and I appreciate that. So now I need you to just listen real quick. Come on. Let's go.
So where's your proof of me being an OVI?
We'll work on that.
No.
We'll work on that in a minute. Let's go. Come on.
You
have a witness putting you behind the wheel.
That's not proof of me being under the influence of alcohol,
Ma'am. Step out here, and we'll go from there. It's not an option anymore.
What I need is me. So
Come on.
my clothes.
Let's go.
No, sir.
The slurring, the stumbling.
Stop. No.
Come on. Let's go.
Crying.
You know what? If you were an accident,
Listen to me. Hey, if we go in here and get you your dress, will you come with us? If we go in here and get you your dress and your purse,
Don't interrupt me.
will you come up? Will you come out with us calmly? Will you or won't you?
We're just trying to wrap this up because we don't want you standing here butt naked.
You know what? I don't want to be here but naked. Period.
If we get your dress, will you come with us cooperative?
I want my phone.
Okay, we'll get
And I
that.
want my fucking phone call.
Okay.
And you're not going to arrest me for shit that I didn't do.
Come on.
That you don't have proof of.
Okay. Are you going to do that for us?
So what I need.
If we take you down here and get your dress, will you do that for us?
Do what?
Go cooperative with us.
Go.
Yes.
This what?
Yes, to jail. You're going to jail. That's it.
Arrest her.
All right, let's go. Come on.
So what I need,
Come on.
what I need
Get
is
out of the
my
room.
dress.
Get out of the room. Let's go. Come on.
Do not touch me.
Ma'am, I don't
Do not,
want
do not touch me.
I don't want to do this.
Do not touch me.
Step out.
Please, sir.
Step
Do
out
not
of the
touch
room.
me.
Ma'am.
Let me get my dress.
Let's go get
Let
it.
me get my dress.
Go get it.
Okay, so give me my dress so I can walk out.
Let's go.
Stop. Stop.
Come on.
Stop.
Let's go.
Let's
Go get it.
go get my dress.
Go get it. Come on.
My
She doesn't, then we'll go.
Hey, go with her down to get her. Go with her. Go with her and get it.
No. So I guess we'll be staying.
Well, this one's actually drunk. She got an excuse for yelling and being belligerent. What was everybody else's fault? But this is ridiculous. She don't give a fuck that she naked. She got something to say. Ma'am, you was drunk because you peed on yourself, bitch. You peed on yourself. That's how they know you drunk. You probably smell like alcohol, and your girlfriend and already said y'all been drinking.
No, that down is ugly. That's not what I came in here with. It's better than standing like that. Me. Enough.
You respect me.
And I have.
I am doing my job.
And I'm doing mine.
You're not
I am
doing
a
your job.
mother.
You're fighting.
I am a child. I am a child of God.
This or
Give me my dress.
Then
And
let's
give
go
me
get
my
it.
things. No, I don't trust you guys no more. You treat me like a criminal for nothing I did wrong.
We got your dress right here.
Give me my dress then. I shouldn't have to walk out of here to get my dress. I came in here with my motherfucking dress. The fuck you mean? Give me my other shit.
Be nice.
Give me my stuff. No. You don't take it from me.
Put your dress on.
It's not right.
And you're entitled to your opinions.
No, I'm entitled to my fucking rights as a U.S. citizen of this country.
You have the right to
Yes.
silent.
I have a right to also have equal rights and privileges. Also, smart ass.
And while you're talking, get the dress on. You need to get the dress on.
Are you scared of nipples? Leave me alone. Please let me finish. That's all I'm asking.
Will you do me a favor though? Put your dress on. I hate for you to be standing there. You may not mind it, and God love you for being proud of your body, but I want you to keep some things private to yourself.
Doctor says she's good. So she's clear. We have paperwork. That suffices everything we need on our end for that service. So I need you to step up, and I need you to do it calmly. Okay. We're not going to explain anymore. We've wasted enough time at this doctor's office. This is what we were.
Not been checked out.
This is what we were trying to refrain from doing. Ma'am, we've worked with you all along. Okay. We've let you do everything that you wanted to do.
I've not
And at
been
this
checked
point,
out.
we're past that point.
I
Okay.
have not been checked out.
We have paperwork discharging you. You are good to go. Okay.
I've not
We have done all that.
No, and I have not been checked out by any medical doctor or nurse.
Danielle,
Sir.
I'm going to ask you to step up. Okay. And I'm going to ask you to do it calmly so that we don't have to be aggressive. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to do anything harsh. That's what we do not want to do. Okay. Do you understand that?
No, I don't understand
Okay,
that because
all right.
I have not been
Step up.
checked out.
Just
Do not touch me.
Go ahead and step up for me.
Do not touch me.
Step up for me.
Do not touch me, sir. Do not touch me.
Step up for me.
Why are you guys touching me? Stop! Stop touching me. Stop! I've not been checked out. I've not been evaluated. I said stop touching my head. Stop! 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 No!
That's it. Just kick it.
Stop!
Taser, taser, taser.
Wow! Taser! Stop!
Tase her. Wow, tase me? Yeah, ma'am. They told you they was gonna tase you. Then when he said taser, you said wow instead of stopping. It just didn't have to pierce through no clothes or nothing. It just had direct contact if the prongs came out. Wow, tase me. That was the best part of the video. I skipped it back.
That's it. Just kick it. Taser, taser, taser.
Wow! Taser! Please stop. Please stop.
You're gonna get it again if you don't relax.
Stop. Okay.
Relax.
Man, I know I ain't crazy, but I know I seen the closed caption and say grab that ass. I seen it.
Get out. I'm not finished evaluating. I said stop touching my hand. Stop. Stop. No.
That's it.
Stop. Stop.
Taser, taser, taser.
Wow. Taser.
Oh, it said grab that one, not that ass. Okay, my bad. She was drunk as hell. Let's hear her get tased one more time.
That's it. Stop. Taser, taser, taser.
Wow. Taser. Please stop. Please stop.
You're gonna get it again if you don't relax.
Stop. Okay.
Relax. Put your hand behind your back.
Please stop.
I got her.
And that taser gave her some act right for a second. She was like, hold up. Oh, give me a chance, my nigga. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Please don't do it again. I think they need to increase the voltage and hit her again, though, because she's still acting out. He ain't do it right.
We got her. You've been released.
Discharged. No. We have the paperwork. You did not have me checked out by any doctor. I could have a concussion. I have internal blood.
Can we use this bitch?
Anything. Anything. No. Stop touching my hair, please.
Oh my gosh. Watch his probes.
Take the probes.
Watch his probes.
Take the probes out of me.
Oh, they really shot the prongs in her. I thought they probably had just touched the thing against skin because, you know, it's still, you can shoot it in her or you can just put it up against them and it do the same thing. Oh, shit. They actually shot the prongs up in her. They would, ooh. Why they ain't hit her more than once then? They should have held that jump down for about 30 seconds. She was at the hospital, so anything would have went wrong. They could have gave her immediate medical attention.
No, stop.
No.
Stop touching me.
Let's go.
Stop touching me.
I'm on.
Stanford.
Let's go.
Me, Stanford. Stop touching me.
Come on, let's go.
Snyder, stop touching me. Stop. Stop.
Taser, taser. You okay?
No, I'm not okay. First, stop touching me.
Come on, let's go.
Snyder, stop touching me. Stop. Stop.
Taser, taser.
Snyder, stop touching me. Stop.
Taser, taser. You okay?
Touching me. Stop.
Taser, taser.
Snyder, stop touching me.
And this is on, keep in mind, this is on 1.3. Oh, dude, let me slow this motherfucker down. That bitch feel like a bag of potatoes. Ooh. Oh shit, she hit the ground hard, the motherfucker. All you see now is feet. she compliant like a motherfucker now. Taser again, taser. You just see them little things shoot out and she brought it down to reality. They do it fluid as a motherfucker.
Stop.
Taser, taser. You okay?
No, I'm not okay. Hurts so bad. Why? 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 You guys have no proof. I'm an OBI. I don't know why you guys would do this to me.
Go up on your knees. Go up to your knees.
Man, you're gonna get tased again if you don't get up.
Why are you chasing me?
What's your mouth?
I'm scared. You're chasing me.
You're up.
1, 2, 3. Stand up, Daniel. Yeah.
Stand up.
Ladies, get in the chair.
Hit her again.
Please.
Get in the chair. They are held
Try.
try.
Please do not chase me. Please, somebody help me. Please.
No. Daniel, stand up. 1. Wait to this point. Daniel. 1, 2.
Well, if you have 5 children at home, why in the fuck were you driving drunk? Why are you acting like this? Bitch, you know you drunk, talking about where your proof. They can get the proof at the jail, ma'am. If the hospital drew your blood, there go their proof there too. But you know you drunk as a motherfucker.
It's not gonna happen right now.
Escalating the situation.
We're trying to help you.
You're trying to help me, but I take me to jail for no reason.
Oh, wow.
I have rights and privileges like everybody else.
We've given all of those. We've done all those.
You have not.
You've taken them away yourself.
You have not. I have not refused. I have not said no to any kind of medical attention. I asked for my dress. I asked for my property, and that was
Ma'am.
no. I asked for my dress.
There's cameras all around. We've all said please. We've all asked nicely.
No, you have not done nothing.
We have.
But accuse me. I'm just simply asking to make sure there's no internal bleeding or anything. I have 3 girls and 2 boys at home.
Sure.
Come on, get up. Get up. Come on. Get up, Danielle. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Please give me a second.
You had tons of seconds.
And I'm saying this on the record. They did not medically treat me or discharge me. Do not touch me.
Danielle, get in the car.
Where's my property? Where's my property? Jesus.
As if the arresting officer hadn't endured enough during this 3-hour ordeal, the woman sang in the back seat throughout the 15-minute drive to the jail.
Why are you naked?
The woman remained completely uncooperative at the jail, forcing staff to struggle to get her from the car into the building. The woman was charged with resisting arrest, obstructing, disorderly conduct, operating a vehicle while impaired, driving without a license, and operating without being in reasonable charge of a vehicle.
This is what it's been. The games she's played. She fought all of the nursing staff. She tried to beat up the doctor. She injured one of the security guards. She's played dead.
The woman pleaded guilty to resisting arrest and operating a vehicle while impaired. All other charges were dropped. The woman was sentenced to 180 days in jail, but 177 of those days were suspended. In the end, she served just 3 days behind bars. She also received 1 year of unsupervised probation. She was also ordered to pay $939 in fines and fees. So far, she's paid $25, and according to the most recent court records, she hasn't made a single payment in over a year.
Why don't you get out of here? Yeah, go, because this is I'm stacking charges.
All right, y'all. That's all I got. I'll be back in the morning with some more. Till the next episode. We out.